hope everybody's having. Hey, Albert. Dover's in the house. Red Fork Okie. Hello, Dolly. How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody had a great day. I do. I honestly wish everybody had a great day. Let me check real quick my YouTube, make sure it is doing what it's supposed to be doing. And I think it is. It is. Welcome in, South Carolina girl. Got to turn the sound down. There we go. Appreciate everybody coming in. Hodgepodge, this and that. How are you, friend? Welcome in. Today, we're just kind of waiting for a few folks to gather in. Well, heck, we've got 17 folks in here already. What the heck, y'all? How we doing? Hey, Nagy. Hey, Susan. What's up, friends? Just letting you guys know what this show is all about. I'm not selling anything. I'm not selling anything at all. However, I do have stuff in the buy it now if you want to, because Whatnot technically requires us to have stuff going on. I have stuff for sale in the shows. That way, there's always something there in the show. So I am meeting all the requirements of Whatnot by having stuff in my buy it now. There's cheap stuff. If you want to get in there, have fun, gift each other, go right ahead. Not expecting any sales, but if you do, it's fantastic. The sassy video, yes, you can ask questions. That's what this is all about. That is what this is all about. We're going to talk about stuff. I've got some notes I printed up about stuff that we could touch on. But what I do ask of everybody, okay? I ask of everybody on here. And thank you guys. Hey, HC on Harmony on YouTube. Thanks for coming in. I am, reporting for duty. I am streaming on YouTube, so I will from time to time make comments to YouTube because they are actually right behind me. They're right behind me, so I can see their chat as well. So we're calling them out as well. Yeah. And Jess, and there's going to be the troublemakers here too. There's always going to be troublemakers. But yes, like I was saying, Boogie G's rating with a party 6. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate y'all. Let's look at this. I'm always kind of excited, so don't take this. I'm shouting. I'm always wide open. Hello, Mike. Hello, everybody. I want to make this as informative as possible. I want to make it interactive, as most people want to ask questions and they want to vent. However, I would like to say one thing. Please do not call out anybody, any seller, any buyer, from any format, from any platform, either this platform or other platforms, because that is not how you solve problems, friends. So if you have a problem with such and such and such and such person did this, do not name names in this show. If you don't, I appreciate it. Do not. Don't call out any buyers or sellers that relate to this topic at all. Now, if we're talking about, if you want to say good things, that's fine. Just nothing negative. Can you call it yourself? Yes. Yeah, you never hate and tell. So please give Boogie Jen a follow. She did. Man, everybody's YouTube is jumping right now, guys. If y'all, first off, let me give me a shameless plug to my YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, it's the same on YouTube as it is here on Whatnot. The Gumby Man on YouTube. Please make sure. Yes, Harmony. I am live on Whatnot and streaming to YouTube. So I'm actually talking to people right here on Whatnot. So, guys, someone asked, can we ask a question? I am open to questions. So if you have a question, shout it out. I'm going to start at my list, and we'll go through stuff all the way, guys. It doesn't matter. I'm open to questions. First off, I am not an expert, okay? I'm not an expert on etiquette, right? I just know that a lot of folks, I've seen it on other platforms complaining about certain things that are done on Whatnot and how they're done and all this kind of stuff. And I thought it'd be a great time to address it. And I do appreciate all 30 of you guys coming in and hanging out with me. Hey, Andy, how are you on YouTube? So first off, let's talk about a hot topic on Whatnot. When can you promote a show in somebody else's show? That's a hot topic, guys. That's a very hot topic. Some folks, some sellers do not want you at all to say anything. So what are y'all's thoughts on that? What's y'all's thoughts on that? After you ask permission. However, let's think about this. Mad Hatter. All right. Hey, Jersey girl, how are you? If asked, that's the correct effort. if I'm doing a show and I say, okay, guys, y'all can promote your shows. All right. But if you come into a show, think about this. Yeah, put in notes to promote yourself. That's correct. On your own show. Correct. But what I'm talking about is if somebody's coming into my show right now and they go, hey, Gumby man, can I promote a show? Can I promote my show? Well, guess what? You just did. You see what I'm saying? Again, I have no problem. Yes, never. Exactly. That's where I'm getting at. I myself, I have no problem. Yes. Oh my gosh, too late. See, that's what we're talking about. I have zero problem, guys, but I have zero problem with anybody coming in and promote. Most of the time, I will say sometime, like if I'm running a giveaway or I'm doing something, I say, all right, guys, let's promote your shows. Promote away. My honest opinion, yeah, they do that and leave, right? They do that and leave. So that tells me all folks are possibly trying to do is go from show to show to show, and passive aggressive. That's right, exactly, Rags to Rufus. That's exactly what we're talking about. So it's nothing that's whatnot disapproved, although they do say you can't go into spam. You cannot go into spam, and a seller can report you, and you can get banned for doing stuff if you get enough people reporting you. So, what you can do is send a gift to the chat. That's a great idea, because you send a gift to the chat, guess what that does? It pops your name up there. That's a great idea. That pops your name up there, and guess what? As soon as somebody gives something to the chat, guess what I'm going to do? Oh, thank you, XYZ, for gifting to the chat. And I'm probably going to say, well, I'm assuming, I'm going to say, if you're not following XYZ, please give them a follow. And then when you follow them, you go to their profile and you can see, oh my gosh, look at all these shows they have, right? Look at all these shows they have. So there's nothing wrong with promoting, and financially, look at there. look at Afternoon Antique Code. Look what she just did. Guys, if y'all aren't following Afternoon Antique Code, who is a top-notch seller on top of that. I'm not just saying that. I know her very well. She's a top-notch seller. She has fun shows. Make sure, guys, to give her a follow and just do that. Do what she does. She's so cool. I love her to death. Very smart and a great person too as well. So see, all it took was $1. A simple dollar. Uno dinero. So that's what I'm talking about, folks. It's very simple. So that's so basically what I have, when is it acceptable? What I have written down here on my notes, if the seller has it in their notes stating when you can promote and not promote, that's what you go by. I don't have anything in my notes right now other than welcome in, I think, or something like that, right? So always check your show notes first, because a lot of sellers will put in there, it is acceptable to promote your shows during such and such a time, or wait until I give the okay, or something like that. Do not, and also another thing, when it comes to promoting your shows, do not spam your shows to other people on whatnot, people that you don't know. Don't send the link to your show in messages. If you don't know, if you in PM, do not spam a PM. If you don't know me, why would you send me a link to your show? Red Rooster's in the house. How are you, friend? So please don't do that to me. Now, if you know me, if Kylie, Afternoon Antique Code, or Darling Dover, or Jesse, or Albert, or the Red Rooster sends me a link to the show, you know why they're sending me a link to the show? Because I know them on a personal level, right? Hey, Greg, I know them on a personal level, and they're sending me this show because they absolutely think that I will be interested in this show. Sending a random link to somebody in a private message, you know what it does to a lot of folks? I've read a lot of stuff on Reddit and on Facebook and that kind of stuff where they say if someone does that to me, first thing I do, I block them. I block them. So it did the exact opposite. It did the exact opposite of what you want to do. Yes, Darling Dover says you also have to be careful about sharing with people you know continuously. Correct. That is correct, Dover. Absolutely. Because if I'm going to use Dover because Dover's a good friend of mine. I like to think you're a good friend of mine. I hope you are a good friend of mine. You're a good friend of mine. I might not be a good friend of you, but that's how it goes, right? So if she constantly sends me a link to these shows, I'm like, what the heck? Why in the world if she keeps sending me in? And then especially if I say, Dover, please don't do that. And I get another one, and I get another one, and I get another one. It's so annoying. It is so annoying. TSWT, what do you allow? What do you allow, friend? You allow it, but I don't see what it says. I missed it. So yeah. Again, I have no problem people promoting the shows in my show. Okay, and I just think that you need to be considerate because first about doing that kind of stuff. All right, next one says don't spam. All right, here. When is it not acceptable? Answer this question. When is it not acceptable to promote a show in somebody else's stream? When is it not acceptable? Right. Yeah. There's no, and we're gonna touch on that later. TSW. When they're running items, correct. When they're running items, or also it's also not acceptable if to come in and they say they can promote your show, right? Go ahead and promote your shows, right? They say it's okay. However, let's say Afternoon Etiquette Company is coming into my show right now, and her show starts at 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time in 8 minutes. And she knows, hey, Thrifted Druid, and she knows that I just started, right? She knows I just started. So it's even if I say, yes, there we go. Yeah, come to my show in 5 minutes. Even though I say promote your shows, you've got to use some etiquette. You got to be truthful and say, you know what? I'm going to hold back right now because my show starts in 8 minutes. I'm not going to try to mooch some of her people over to my shows. It's just unethical to do it during conflicting times. Just unethical. What do you say? Just don't. Yeah. Right. I don't know what Mike said. What did Mike say? I missed it. What's what he said? Yes. No herding of the sheep. I've actually had people come into my shows and spam and go, "Hey, my show's running right now. Could you come on over?" Or they send somebody over. Yeah. There you go. Promoting a raid train during another raid train either. So, like right now, if I'm on a train, right now, I'm like the middle of the train. There's 4 or 5 ones after me. People come in promoting a show. The problem with that is a lot of folks coming in may not know. If you tag me with some words, I usually ignore it. There you go. Without words, right? But they come into your show. A lot of times they may not know you're on a train. So you have to give a little bit of leeway on that one there. Because if you're on at 3 o'clock in the morning, or let's say noon, you're running at noon, you're on a train, right? Someone says, all right, promote your shows. But normally on a train, I'm not going to say promote your shows. But say you are. At noon, I say promote your shows. They go, oh, I'm on this evening at 5 p.m. They don't know that you're on this train, that kind of thing. So you kind of got to give those folks a pass. Because what I wrote down here, I understand that it's difficult sometimes to know, but do not promote your same day show when the seller is running on a train. All right, trains usually run most of the day. What's up, Mad Mike? Usually run most of the day, and it's usually an unwritten, hey, Bria, how are you doing, friend, on YouTube? it is usually an unwritten rule for sellers to support the train they are on. And that's what I'm going to do. If I'm on a train, I'm going to support that train that I'm on. Now, however, if I have shows, normally I don't schedule shows when I'm on a train. Now, if it's a Saturday and it's one of these 10-minute deals, one of these 10 minutes flying fast shows or battle of the best shows or something like that, then it's very possible that I'm going to run a show against them. It's possible. But now if it's a train that's been organized, there's 8 to 10 to 12 people on the train, I'm not going to run against those folks. Especially if I was, thank you, right. Especially if I was the one that started the train or organized the train. I have seen some that did that. It's crazy to me. Matter of fact, I was on a train a few months ago that the organizers of the train asked me to be on it, and I was on it. And next thing I know, I'm running, and they're running against me. And I'm like, what in the world? So if you're a train organizer, remember that as well. Does class come with age? I don't know, Jesse. It might. I don't call myself classy. Yeah, so it's crazy. You're 42 and still waiting. I wish I was 42. Yes, it's not good. It's not good. So, but that's things, friends, that we really have to be considerate of. Again, most of this stuff that I'm saying is common sense. Wouldn't you not agree it's common sense stuff? I mean, treat people like you want to be treated. Would you want, if you organize a train and spend all time, and guys, if you have never organized a train, there's so much to it, so much in the background. Yeah, stuff your mama taught you right. Exactly, Red Rooster. I agree. Some do not have common sense. Absolutely agree. So that's why we're here. We're hoping that the people with no common sense, yes, rabbit hole, there is a little bit of common sense still left in this world. There really is. And I just want people to dig deep and find it. That's all it is. It's just simple common sense, friends. So let's talk about something else. Participating in the chat. If age equals class, yes, you're so. That's right. Because I'm an old guy. I try not to act old, but I'm an old guy. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, folks. So participating in the chat. Hey, Randy. By the way, he's trying not to swear around me because y'all, if you guys have been on Whatnot ever since I came on Whatnot, my shows are very clean. What we're looking at today, we are doing a talk show based on the etiquette on Whatnot, what not to do on Whatnot. So that's what we're doing. We're just running down some stuff. We're having a talk show. We're talking amongst ourselves. We're helping each other. We're helping the community. And also, guys, if you're on YouTube, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button, that like button. And guys, if you're here on Whatnot, make sure you go to YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Gummy Man. Same on YouTube as it here on Whatnot. So participating in the chat is rule number 1 is the golden rule, like Mike said. Always be kind and courteous to everyone in the chat. Kind and courteous. Because here's what happens, guys. There are people out there that don't know that Jesse and Albert kid around. They do. If you're AA Auctions and Jesse, y'all, they kid around like crazy. Every show they're in, they kid around like crazy. I love it. I adore it. I think it's amazing. It's a lot of camaraderie and a lot of fun. However, you got to be careful, folks. Yes, you try to, exactly. That's right, Graham. But you got to be careful when you're kidding around. That's right. She said they're not for everyone. And you got to realize that sometimes, hey, Debs, that sometimes your kidding around could possibly be construed as being mean and ugly. And I know for a fact you're not that way. So every once in a while, you probably need to get a disclaimer out there and say, by the way, me and AS Auctions love each other. We're just kidding around, guys. Just want you to let y'all know that. So that doesn't hurt. That doesn't hurt. Yes, we have all kinds of friends in here. Yeah, Harmony Ray, welcome in. All kinds of friends in here, guys, and I appreciate all y'all in here. The hidden chat. Oh well, that one didn't go too well. But yeah, it's okay to joke around with your friends. But Rooster saw it. Rooster, oh my God, Darling saw it. So anyhow, that's what I always be calm and courteous. And like I said earlier, no, you didn't see it. Rhymes with the witch. Never. Here's a big one on my book, guys. Never call out a seller for doing things a certain way. Never. Because you know why? Number one rule, it's their show. Okay? It's their show. So never call out a seller. Whether you, man, I could be going to a show and go, oh my gosh, that's killing me. Why are they doing that? But you know what? It's not my show. It's not me. I'm not there to say you shouldn't be doing this. Now, let them be, right? Now, if there is a stipulation to this. Yeah, we don't talk about sellers. I mean, not in a negative sense. We don't talk about sellers in a negative sense. If you like a seller, by all means, promote that seller. Talk good about them and other. If you're in another show and it's like a talk show, like here or here. Now, if it's in another show selling, you might want to be careful mentioning other sellers. But there's nothing wrong if, you're in my show and I say, oh yeah, Deb's Papa stuff is an amazing seller. And you agree and start talking about Deb's Papa stuff in a positive light. No problem with that whatsoever. That's good. Hey, Pretty Corn, how are you, friend? Welcome in. So yeah, that's however, now, this is the thing. If you believe that possibly they may be doing something, right, there you go. Yeah, disclaimer, there it is. Now, if you possibly think that they might be doing something that is against whatnot terms of service, right? You actually want to help them, right? You want to help them. You're concerned. Matter of fact, I did this. I'm not going to call any names out. I did this a few weeks back to a seller. And but what happened? I'll talk about first, and I'll give you an example. If you believe there's something doing something wrong, private message them right then and there. Private message them. Then go into the chat and say, hey, seller, I just sent you a message. You may want to open it right now. If you believe they're fixing to do something that is against the terms of service of whatnot that could possibly get them banned. Okay? And I'm going to give you an example. I'm not going to name any names. I was in a show. This is a few months back. Yes, we help new sellers. But this seller was relatively new, but not too new. I think they were getting ready to hit their 1,000 sales, right? Or 1,000 followers, or 1,000 sales, or so. 1,000 sales is what it was. And what she was doing is that everybody in there, if you bought something, she's putting your name in the hat. And a while back, Whatnot changed their policies on drawings. You couldn't do drawings unless it's through them. So, because I used to run games back before they changed their rules, I ran games, and that's what I did. And we had so much fun with it. Matter of fact, I'm working on some new games for the future that are going to be Whatnot approved. So hang on in the future. Shameless plug, I know that. Shameless plug, but those games are coming. But this particular person was fixing to do this. Oh, the games were fun. But they're putting names in the hat. And I saw them. And I could not, because that's one thing. They consider it gambling. They consider it gambling on Whatnot. So that's one thing that Whatnot does not give you any warnings on. I know somebody that did that, and they got banned for 30 days. Boom, like that. And I saw this person doing that. So I had to, yes, right. But this person I knew this person. So I sent him a message and said, you need to check your messages right now. And yeah, but no, it's not Super Flipper. We'll address that in a minute. It's not federally prohibited because they also give the option for everybody else to join. So there's an option, so it's not federally prohibited. But anyhow, so I sent them a message, and they saw it, and they go, oh, they were so thankful because I had to explain to them what they were doing. And listen, I'm not trying to ruin your fun. Not trying to ruin your fun. This is a private message now. But I wanted to make sure that that person didn't get banned because I care about other sellers. You know, granted, other sellers, technically, all of y'all, I thought it was just the sellers locking it out to buyers. No. Chipper flipper. Let me tell you this. There is a form you can fill out, but you have, I think you have to do it every time, and it's time consuming. So it's hard to do. Like if you go into a grocery store in the States, and if you buy this, you can fill this form and you get a chance to enter. Well, like I used to work with Pepsi years ago. So we also had to give them an option to go online and fill out the same form without buying anything. So no purchase necessary. So even in the buyer's giveaway, there's a way to go about doing it. Now, I've never done it because I think it takes away from the spirit of what the seller is trying to do. Pretty quick and easy. Okay, there you go. And whatnot form. Thank you, Red Rooster. I've never done it. I've never tried. But I don't do that because if I'm a buyer, because I get what the seller's trying to do. I get what the seller's trying to do, and I like the fact that yeah, absolutely. Lori, Linda, cha-ching, we will. Either me or Kylie, if you ever have any questions that you don't feel comfortable asking here, message us on Whatnot. Matter of fact, if you want to do it, message us together, and we'll both put our 2 cents in there. Quack Attack Rips, what's up, my friend? How are you doing? And Albert will help you with the bad habits. That's right. Yes, and we mean that, guys. We mean that from sincerely. Otherwise, why would I be taking my time? I'm not getting a dime for this at all, friends. And I like the fact that I'm able to help. And you're not doing buyer's giveaway, just keeping the giving small. So, and you can do that. You can throw a little extra in the box to the buyers. Yes, you can do that. However, you can't run a contest of sorts. You can't draw their name out of the hat or nothing like that. You can't even do it off screen. You're not even supposed to do it after the show kind of thing. If you have a buyer's giveaway, do you have to announce? No, you do not have to announce that, because when they go to it, I think when they go to click on it, I know on a computer, it sends them to the link or something you can fill out. So no, you don't have to tell them that. I think when they click on it, also on the app, it tells you that as well. All right, awesome. Rumpus Room just got your approval to sell today. Hey, anytime you have questions, reach out. We're more than yes. Congratulations and reach out. We are all about building the community, folks. Building the community. If you're not, who did I see this come in? Hey, Reworkers Passion. Hey, friend, how are you? How you doing, hon? Nice to see you. Welcome in, everybody. Thank y'all for coming and hanging out. And also there on YouTube, thank you guys as well. I feel like when I'm on Whatnot, I'm actually sliding YouTube, because I do YouTube lives alone as well. So I do that stuff as well. So what did Deb say? I need to slow down the chat. Wow, this is great. Welcome in, folks. Used to be the giveaways we're expecting every single show. That has changed. You're right. It has. Don't mention about directing buyers off Whatnot. Right. You cannot advertise your sales of other goods on other platforms. Now you can say the word. Thank you. You can say the word eBay. You can say the word Etsy, but don't say go to XYZ platform and buy this from me there instead. Okay, we're not doing that. Yes, and don't put your links in the bio. Now, however, I put my links for Whatnot in my YouTube videos, which is all perfectly good. So I can do that. What's up, House of Coop? Welcome in. Can you say my website is? I don't think you can. I don't think you're supposed to. You're not supposed to advertise any other. Even in your notes, I don't believe so. Maybe list it in your bio. I mean, I list my YouTube in my bio, my Instagram in my bio. I think you can list other social media platform, but I don't believe you're supposed to list your other selling platforms. I don't think so. You can't advertise a brick and mortar. That's correct, because you're not in direct competition with the website. But nowhere that can sell items. Absolutely. I can clip your show. What is this? I'm going to shake my fist at the clown right now. Okay, whatever. Okay. Oh my gosh. Thank you all for coming in. Let's keep going down the list, guys. If y'all have any questions, shout it out, and make sure you put it in yellow. Thank you, Faza. Appreciate that. Thank you, my friend. And guys, here we go. The Faza, throw your flames up, friend. Make sure the Faza is a very new seller. His name is Mike. He's a good friend of ours. He's a very new seller, and I'm very happy to have met him. He started out as a buyer, which most of us do, right? Most of us do, and we have a good relationship, and I love it. I absolutely love the fact that Mike and his daughter Boogie Jen hang out with me. I love it. I appreciate that. So make sure you guys are following the Faza. Thank you, aka Mike on a Wednesday. All right. So that's what we said. Never call out we said never call out a seller. That kind of blossomed, didn't it? That kind of blossomed out. We talk about never selling against whatnot. Policies. If you want to reach out to a seller, private message them. All right. Here's a big one, guys. Never talk down an item. Never talk down an item that another seller is selling, that someone is selling. Never talk it down. Again, I'm going to use this little thing right here. If I have this on here, right, and I'm trying, and for some reason, I think it's worth $20. I don't know why I think it's worth $20, but I'm going to say it's worth $20. And somebody comes on here and says, you can get that on eBay for $5. Why should I spend $20? You know, they never said right. I get it. I can get that cheaper. Or that same thing, right? Listen, be nice. Be nice. Shut the heck up. In other words, don't say nothing, right? Yeah, right. Exactly. I saw that for $2 on eBay. Don't. Because you know what? If it's not going to sell, why in the world would you say something? And yes, it has happened. And if it does sell for 20, you know what you do? You know what you do? You congratulate them. Great sale. Great sale. And don't say nothing else. That's it. Nothing else. There's no need. Why? Why be ugly about something? On the other hand, let's flip the script, right? Let's flip the script. Here we go. We're flipping the script over. You're ahead of me, girl. You're ahead of me. Again, I got this here. I know for a fact as a buyer, it's comping for $50, right? It's comping for $50 everywhere. And the seller is a new seller. He's not selling anything. He has 4 or 5 people in his room. He's really struggling to get a sale. And he puts it out there and nobody is bidding on it. It's worth $50 and he's starting it at $2 and nobody, thank you. Exactly what the Red Rooster says. Oh my gosh, those are super popular. I just bought one for $100 yesterday. Or if that's not a makeup thing, we say, or I saw this one sold on eBay for $100. So, that's a fantastic price on that. Something, guys. And if you know, here's another thing too. If you know it's worth $100 and he's starting it at $5, yeah, you don't. Oh, he's finally working again. Look at that. He went to work the other day. Yes, buy it because I'm a firm believer, guys. Don't list something and start something low if you don't expect it to is walking away. If you don't expect it to sell at that price, right? So if you don't want to sell it for $1, don't start it at $1 because someone's going to grab it. Yes, just you shut your mouth. That's right. That's right. Thank you all for coming and hanging out with me. I appreciate y'all. Let's see here. I'm gonna have to talk about go for higher because we want everybody to succeed, right? Yes. Oh my God, bid on this, right? Exactly. Now, Another thing, I don't have this in my notes, but I just thought of this. I'm going to say it. Another thing, if you are a mod for somebody or you're in somebody's show all the time, make sure if you're bidding on something, you're bidding on it to buy it. You're bidding on it to buy it. Okay. So in other words, again, this is Chicken Little, right? This is Chicken Little, I think. So if I'm here now, granted, if I want this, I know how much I'm willing to pay for it. If he's worth $10, if he sells for $10, yes, you're right, absolutely, Harmony. If it sells for $10, I know I'm willing to pay $3. I'm willing to pay $3. So because I'm a reseller, right? If I know it sells for $10, I'll pay $3. I've already broke my shipping. I'll get it for $3. So, but at the same time, I don't want to be that guy that looks like, he's hitting that first bid every time, right? So it's a real trade-off there. Is the easiest way to read a room. You're absolutely right. So it's a real trade-off. So I want to make sure that if I'm in my friends' shows and I'm trying to get a good deal, $2 or $3, and I'm the first one, but if it goes up after that, I'm out because I know what I'm buying. So, but you still got to be alert as to realizing that some people think you are bidding stuff up. Now, there are some shows that happen. That's totally against whatnot policies. Totally against it. I know most people here want to do it, but sellers should never complain if people aren't bidding. Correct. I like to believe and treat every show. Excuse me, let me get a drink. I want to treat every show like there's 200 people in my room. Because if there's one person, well, it needs to be at least 2 people. Because if there's one person in your room, guess who it is? It's you, man. But so if there's 2 people in your room, and also though, sometimes the numbers aren't right? Sometimes the numbers aren't right. So like I was on the show the other night, my computer was showing 30, my phone was showing 1. I'm like, what's going on? But treat every show. If you have 5 people, you have 500 people. Those people are in your show for a reason, folks. They're in your show for a reason. They're there to see what you got. They're there to be entertained by you. I'm going to lowball this guy. Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, no. Yeah, and another thing too, especially guys, somebody gifted the Red Rooster purchased the baby hands. Oh my gosh. Who'd you give it? Albert. Oh my gosh. Albert got some baby hands. I love it. Oh my God. That was perfect. It was perfect. Oh my gosh. What was I saying? Squirrel. I was saying, what was I saying? Oh my gosh. I lost my train of thought. The little hands. Oh my gosh. What was I talking about, friends? Oh my gosh. I love it. We were talking about, let me go back to my notes. All right, I changed it. Oh yeah, about beating people up. Yeah, so make sure, guys, that's the quickest way to lose a room. You're right. Oh, I was saying, if you go into a show, I don't know what I was going to say. You go into a show, and there's this brand new seller. He's been on for an hour and a half. You look at his souls, and the poor guy hasn't sold a thing, right? And he says, I got this piece right here. It's a $50 value, but I'm going to sell it at $10. He's just wanting a sale, right? He'll sell it at $10. But you know what? Don't say, well, would you start it at $5? Would you start it at $5? Come on, guys. If you know it's worth it, and there's a seller out there that's struggling, that's trying their best to make it. I don't know about y'all, but I remember starting out. I had 0 followers. 0, right? Everybody starts at the same spot. Remember back. So when they say $10 and they haven't sold nothing, and you're interested, you don't want to pay $10, don't even offer unless they say I'm open to offers. If they say open to offers, yes, never tell someone you could talk fast. Yeah, right, exactly. Because I talk a lot. And that's me though. I talk. Everybody has their different ways. I go into some shows, don't get me wrong, folks. I go into some shows, and yes, he does. And I go in, and you know what I see? I see this, and this is what I hear. Watch this. I go, oh my gosh, that kills me. That kills me. But it's their show, right? It's their show, right? So I know, right? Oh my gosh. So, but at the same time, I'm not going to say something. I'm going to wait around for a minute to see if maybe they come back. I mean, if they had to use the restroom or something like that, I get it. But maybe put up a sign, be right back or something like that. So, anyhow, that's just something good to say. Never talk down an item, selling an item. Here's another one here. If a seller states they don't have an item that someone was looking for, all right. I go in here. Somebody's asking me, "Do you have a black horse with a white mane figurine?" And I know I don't, right? And I know I don't. Don't be that person that automatically, as that seller, that automatically swipes in on the chat and goes, "I have one." Right? Don't be that guy. I know, right? There you go. I have a black horse. Come buy it from me. But first of all, how do you know when the seller said, when I say, "I don't have a black horse with a white mane," I might say, "But I have a black horse with white hooves." Okay? This is my chance. As a seller, guys, as a seller, this is my chance. And with pink spots or whatever, right? Give me a chance first to sell something else to that buyer. Yes, it costs zero not to be a jerk, because he may go, "Oh yeah, you know what? I've not only been looking for a horse with a white mane, I've also been looking for a horse with white shoes, or with white shoes with white feet. However, now that Kylie says she has a horse with a white mane, I'm not going to buy it, because I'm going to go check out Kylie's show, because Kylie's just a good person, and I know she has a horse with a white mane, and all Gumby has is a horse with white hooves." And I've lost the sale because somebody spoke up and said, "I have this." And there's no guarantee, folks, that person, that Kylie, that you ever going to make it to Kylie's show. There's no guarantee on that. So dang it, Gumby, right? So that's the golden rule, guys. That's the golden rule. Now, on the other hand, and I say this very cautiously. Very cautiously. I asked the chat, and they know I don't have something or force. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Depending on your relationship with the seller. Kylie has a good relationship with me. Albert does. Jesse does. Dover does. Sassy Vintage Chick does. Depending on your relationship with the seller, you might be okay to mention your availability of the item after. Yep, right. After the seller has exhausted all potential sales to that buyer. Okay? So in other words, if Kylie has a show and someone comes in, "Do you have a Chicken Little?" If they come to Kylie's show, "Do you have a Chicken Little?" And she searches around, "I don't have a Chicken Little, but I've got a pig." "No, I don't want a pig." "Okay, I got a cowbell." "No, I don't want a cowbell." "Well, I've got a shot glass with a Hoover Dam." "No, I don't want a shot glass with a Hoover Dam." Kylie says, "Okay, well, I don't have anything you want." Then, if you have a good relationship, you may say, "Kylie, may I say something?" Or you talk to the seller. And is it okay? Well, most of the time, Kylie knows that I know she's tried everything. I'm going to say something because we have that kind of relationship. I think the same thing with Dover. I think we have that kind of Albert as well. I think we have the same kind of relationship. But don't message that buyer either. That's rude. Exactly. So that's another thing, guys. And let's see here. Tagging. Let's talk about tagging. Yes. Shows, not shoes. I got shoes. I got shoes that are multiplying, and I'm losing control. And the power is supplying. It's electrifying. All right, let's talk about tagging, guys. Let's talk about tagging. Who in here loves to tag? Who loves to tag, everybody? Everybody loves to tag, right? Everybody loves to tag. Nobody loves to tag. Oh my God. I can't sing. I love to sing, but I can't sing. See, I went from 50 to 43 just like that. Pow! That's what happened. It's a trick question. There we go. Jesse, Pretty Corn, Darling Dover, Red Rooster, the Fuzza, Tag Fest. No. Thank you, Hodgepodges. I appreciate that. I do sing happy birthday to folks when they come in if it's their birthday. And that's another story. Here's my thoughts on it. Stop it. Tagging. It is perfectly okay to tag people into a show that you know likes a particular item, right? It's perfectly okay. If I'm having a show right now and I come out and I show this gorgeous cameo bracelet, right? I got this gorgeous cameo bracelet, and you know somebody likes cameo bracelets. You know what you need to do? You need to tag that person and state cameo or cameo brooch, not bracelet, cameo brooch. So that's what you need to do. So you go in there, oh my God, you say, Darling Dover, tag them, cameo brooch. That way, because if I see, I'm good about coming to a show. Somebody tags me, if I can get there, I'm there. If I can get to the show, I'll get there. If I'm busy, I'll pop in. Hey, Catastrophic, I'll pop in. I'll say hello. I'll say, hey, I'm at work. I'm in the middle of a meeting or something like that. I can't stay long. I saw you tag me. Or I'll say, I was summoned. And I'll jump in. But yes, always tag and say why. Right. Always tag and say why. Because if they don't, I'm like, if I'm really, really busy, I don't have any fishing lures, sir. I don't have any photos. I didn't take any pictures of myself. We didn't have cell phone cameras back then. We didn't. Yeah, so I hate when people use chats for a train to share a show. Yep, I agree as well. It's always you always gotta be real cautious about stuff. Always real cautious about stuff. But again, it's perfectly okay to tag people into your show. Or into somebody else's show for that matter, or into your own show. It doesn't matter. Also, it is perfectly okay to tag folks, to mention them in the stream by coming in and saying, hello, friend. Tagging, I'll do it. If I come into a show where Dover's in, I'll tag Dover and I'll put in DOVER exclamation mark Dover or Jesse, JESSI, Jesse. And I'll tag them to let them know, especially if it's a busy show, to let them know that I'm there, right? And then it's okay for them to tag me back. However, after that, you don't keep tagging each other in the same show. Tag once, return tag once, and that should be it. Okay? Now, if they do mention something and you can't find them in the chat, you're in the crazy lamp ladies. You're in the crazy lamp ladies one, right? And it's going, and you know they're there. That might be the exception, right? Yeah, Lisa. Yeah, friend. Thank you for popping in. Appreciate you. It is okay if the seller or host says it's okay to share shows. Absolutely, right. Again, if I would suggest again by checking the show notes first, checking your show notes and see if there's anything in there about in the show notes about when it's okay to share shows. If you can't find them in the chat, click the red dot. There you go. Click the red dot up top and find their names. Interesting. Yes, consent is a king. Absolutely. Absolute goofy marble training go. I like that. I like that. So I didn't realize that either. So you can click the three dots. Look at there. I just learned something. Woohoo! I just learned something. I always saw the thing come across. It does work. It does work. That's pretty cool. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Appreciate that for for setting that. Oh, another thing I want to talk about. No, bless. Hey, you know what? I never have professed to know everything. I never have professed to know everything. However, do not clog up the chat by carrying on a personal conversation. Okay, I had that happen to me one time. I went into a show. And somebody said, "Hey Gumby, hey Gumby," and like 4 or 5 people say, "Hey Gumby," and I don't tag everybody back. I'll just say, "Hello everyone," right? Hello everyone. That's what I do now. But they started talking. They knew I had done something earlier in the week. How did that go? How did this go? How did that go? How did that? And I had to leave the show because I felt I was taking away from the seller because everybody was talking to me. So I didn't know how to handle it at the time. Now I would probably handle it by, thanks guys, everything went well, appreciate it, and just try to end. Oh my gosh! Right, exactly. It's a big one. Personal conversations. Now, there's nothing wrong with saying hello. And now, if you're in a chat show, and I'm a call out, not call out, but I'm a promote a couple of shows right now. Not So Shabby Gabby and curated by the creative. So Gabby and Holly, every Friday night, they have just a fun hangout show. And I say hello. Yeah, exactly. But you go in there, and that's what it's about. That's what it's about. Is going out and hanging out. It's like being at the club. I'm gonna hang out and talk to everybody. That's what it's about. So that's okay. But in a selling show, when I'm doing my best to sell Chicken Little, and nobody's buying it, and y'all coming in, I thought more chat helped with the algorithm. It does a little bit, but if it distracts, there's moderation in everything, right? Harmony, moderation in everything. If it distracts from me having a chance to sell Chicken Little, whose feet are working now and decide not to, you buy Chicken Little. Oh my gosh, he's not for sale. He's not. But you know what? I can put him in the buy it now if you want me to. I can do that if you really want me to. I'm kidding. You know that you don't have to buy him. He is cute though. Yeah, you're right. Everything is for sale. Everything is for sale. So, but anyhow, then got me distracted. There's nothing wrong with having a conversation chat. Yeah, agree. It makes whatnot unique. That's correct. Right, but if it comes about things other than the show for too long, he does work. I just realized you had to push the button. I'm like trying to figure out. Now I realize you push the button on his head, his feet work. Look at that. Like, what do you have for dinner? Right, yeah. Exactly. And what not sell exactly. That's fine. Right. So thanks for the follow, guys. I appreciate that. So we're tagging. There we go. Here's another one. Here's another big one, guys. And don't compliment or make personal assessments to somebody in a private chat that you don't know. Like, you look pretty, or did you lose weight? Don't private message people that you don't know. And this is not, thank you. You can say it wide open. This is a social app, agreed. However, my glasses are fire. This is not a dating app, guys. This is not a dating app. So, right, Rooster is not a dating app. So, do we develop relationships on here? Yes. Thank you. I appreciate that. We do develop relationships, and relationships is a good thing. It's a good thing. But what I'm talking about is Joe Blow and Mary Quite Contrary who have never met on the first show. Mary Quite Contrary. Thank you, Neil. It's good. I appreciate that. And you know, we may do it again. We may do it again. So Mary Quite Contrary is trying to sell Chicken Little here, but Joe Blow comes in and goes, I like me some Mary Quite whatever, American whatever. I love, Mary. Whatever. I like Mary. So I'm a private message Mary and said, Mary, you look hot tonight. So don't do that. It's a no-no. Don't do it. Now, after you get to know me a while, then you want to call me and message me and say you look hot, then then you're all right. So be careful about that. Selling items. What not only your vision. Oh my gosh. If you show up, the especially shows through, all bets are off. Here we go. So again, that's another thing too. Some people, I've never put explicit content in any of my shows. I don't intend to ever put explicit content in any of my shows. I want Sue Field's granddaughters to be able to watch my shows. Okay? Now, I'm not going to say no toes because I got some toes up there. But you got to be careful. Dover knows. But I'm saying there are buyers, what I like to call family members, that come to my shows that, thank you, Jesse, that their granddaughters watch me and they like me and they think I'm cool. And it's pretty cool for an old guy. I like the fact that an old guy thinks that the grandkids like me. It's a good thing. I want to keep it that way. Okay? So I don't want to do anything. Uncle G. I got people to call me Uncle G. So I don't want anybody to say, man, I can't take my kids to Gumby show. I can't take my granddaughter to Gumby shows anymore because they got out of control. So now there are shows that are exact opposite of mine. Okay? And I'm not judging at all. Anybody can have whatever show they want to. I prefer mine to stay PG. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it, Jesse. You enjoy both kind of shows. Nothing wrong with it. And a little edge now. Hey, Sasquatch, a little edge now and then. No problem with a little edge at all. Okay? Just keep it clean. Did Whatnot stop policing people? All right. I didn't even realize that. What I'm understanding on the music is, in fact, that they have stepped it up a little bit. So what's happening right now is on the what should take a little discussion in the comments. All right, remind me to talk about that. What's happening right now with the music, they're coming after, I believe, the larger sellers first. And but it's going to happen, guys. I say I'm on YouTube. Yes, thank you, Bree. I'm on YouTube, so I can no longer play the copyrighted music. However, there have been people that got hit big time, $200 a song, okay, for all the songs they played the whole time. So I'm not taking that risk because I can't sell enough Chicken Littles to pay for one of them, right? So be careful, guys. Here's what I recommend. I would recommend, if you like a different genre of music, find yourself a local band, all right? Find yourself a local band that maybe has a CD out or something like that, and say, hey, would you mind if I played your music during my shows? If you get permission from the band, you know what they're going to say? Absolutely. Just give them a call. Let them know. Right. This is something that I think Whatnot does not communicate. No, they do not. Yep, $200 per song per play if the record label catches you. Oh, chat away. So, Dolly Parton will say yes to me. And matter of fact, I talked about that show about Gabby and Holly's show. I was on their show. Was this past Friday? I don't know. This past Friday or Friday a week ago. I can't remember. And we've always joked. Gabby and I have always joked around about singing Islands in the Stream together, and we actually did a duet. We did a duet, and you can find it on my Instagram. You can find it on my Instagram, the.gumby.man, where we sang, Islands in the Stream, that is what we are, no one in between. How can we be wrong? Sail away with me to another world, and we'll rely on each other. Yes, use Ghetto Superstar. I used to love to play my my 80s music. Yes. Royalty-free jazz. I played royalty-free upbeat music. That's what I play. Royalty-free upbeat music is what I play. And I get on YouTube. It just repeats. It plays for hours and hours. I've got absolutely no concern over that whatsoever. So let's talk about selling. We tried to talk about selling. We got off on the track. But if y'all have any questions, throw it up, friends. I appreciate you. All right. Selling items. Sell whatever you desire. Thank you, 413. I appreciate that. Sell whatever you desire to whomever you desire, as long as it's allowed by whatnot. So, if you want to sell Chicken Little and you want to sell it to me, you're allowed to. You can sell Chicken Little. I can sell Chicken Little. We can sell Chicken Little. They can sell Chicken Little. Anybody can sell Chicken Little. Hey, Chadwick. So, to whoever you want to. Now, I will, I ran and start singing all the time, especially when I had my music playing in the background. Oh, my gosh. Crazy. Now, here's this thing, too. Hey, Susie Q. Sell what you desire to whomever you desire, as long as it's allowed by whatnot. Now, listen to this here. Listen to this carefully. Chicken Little is now trending. All right. Sell at the price you desire. However, let me caution you guys. However, do your research. If you're able to check comps prior to selling Chicken Little, you might be better off not to sell Chicken Little below market price, right? All right. So if everybody and their brother is selling Chicken Little, Chicken Little's hot. When Chicken Little comes in, boom, Chicken Little's $20. He's out the door, right? Again, yes, it's up to the seller. Correct. I'm not finished, Deb. You're right. It's up to the seller. So Chicken Little's $20. Everybody's selling Chicken Little at $20. Why, if you're a low volume seller, if you're a new seller, you're not getting many people in your room, I say sell Chicken Little at $20. However, it's your show. It's your show. You can sell Chicken Little for $1. You can give Chicken Little away. You can do whatever you want to with Chicken Little. However, sell it for what you want. Sell it to whoever you want. Just remember, he's Chicken Little. Look at him. He's Chicken Little. He's got a baseball bat. All right. Another thing, as a seller, it's not, no, because technically, if Chicken Little is selling at, if 100 different sellers are selling Chicken Little at $20 and getting it all day long, and you sell it for $1, chances are they're still going to sell Chicken Little at $20. Now, if you come up and you have a bunch of them, I don't, again, back to rule number 1, sell what you want to whoever you want at whatever price you want to. You feel Chicken Little's going to sell for $20 after? He's a superstar. I might have to put him up there on my cabinet. I might have to put him up there in my, up here somewhere. Let's see how I turn him around. Where shall I put a sign in? Right. Where shall I put him? Where should I put Chicken Little at? Over by some paperweights? Run him at the end. Not a bad idea. I'm going to run Chicken Little. That's a good idea. I'll run Chicken Little at the end. We will. I'll run him for $1. Oh, no. He's worth $20. I'll run him at $1 at the end. I will. Right? Right. If all the sellers, you're right, 49. If all the sellers have to lower their prices, it may not be worth it for them to sell. Correct. However, I don't think one person selling an item at a low ball price is going to hurt you, especially if they're a new seller and they don't have many folks in the room. They're trying to get sales. I get it. But like I said, do your due diligence. Check the market value. Check your market profile. Yes. All sellers don't. Correct. You don't. Right. Oh, you want me to pre-bid? Tell you what. Let's do that. I'm going to go ahead and list him. I'm going to go ahead and list him right now. And y'all can pre-bid if you want to. How's that sound? Watch this. Let me get him. He's going to be a 1 to 3 answer. Why not, right? If I'm going to list him. Ooh, right. If I sell a Genie bottle for $2, the market's not going to plummet. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. We're going to add him in right now. Take a photo. There he is. Add a photo. Chicken Little. Chicken Little. Chicken. Done. Next. He's going to be $1 starting bid. And 1 to 3 ounces. We're going to save him right there. And publish him. All right. So he's in there now. He's in there. He's the top of it. He's Chicken Little. So let me turn my camera back around. Okay. All right. You have, hang on one second. One thing. One more thing. It's okay. I want to mention for you, Kylie, before we go to the, as a seller, it is perfectly okay to watch trends in other shows. If you come to my show, and Chicken Little, and I'm selling the heck out of Chicken Little, right? I'm selling the heck out of him. And everybody wants Chicken Little. It's okay to try to find, what am I talking about? Gummy, what am I talking about? What do you mean, what am I talking about? What's the question? I missed it. So anyways, I'm talking about now, it's okay to watch trends. All right. No worries. Trending item, yeah. All right. I'm going into other shows and I'm watching. Now, this may not be a good thing, but Crazy Lamp Lady. Crazy Lamp Lady is running the heck out of Chicken Littles, and she's getting $150 to $200 for every Chicken Little she sells, right? So, that's a possibility. However, I go in there and I go to Kylie's show, and Crazy Lamp Lady's going to sell everything at $150. But Kylie is selling them at $150. And she's selling one every show at $150. Every show she's got one. $150. I said, oh my gosh. Then I go into the Albert show, and he's in there, and he's selling them every show $150. Guess what I'm looking for? When I go out thrifting, when I go out to sales, guess what I'm looking for? You guessed it. I'm looking for Chicken Little. I'm looking for Chicken Little. All right, so you sold a negative $2, and the person that bought it turned around and sold it for $23 to someone that was in the show, and I sold it for $2. All right, so they sold it during your show or after your show? During your show or after your show? Because if they buy it and they sell it in another show, that's completely acceptable. You know what I'm saying? So if I go to your show and I buy this for $1, right? If I buy this for $1, I buy this from you. Yeah. I mean, you know what? All people do that, right? So if I buy this for $1 on your show and I come around here and guess what? I sell it for $50. I gave you what you were asking for it. So that's just my opinion on that. I gave this what you were asking for it. So again, Chicken Little is trending. Yeah, there, exactly. Because I have bought stuff. Yeah, I have bought stuff. I could be wrong, but I got an impression that it happened quickly. That's kind of that's what I was asking. That's what I was asking. Did it happen in your show? Within your show, after my show, they got it. The person bought it for $23 was in your show when I sold it for $2. How do they buy? How do they buy it? How do they buy it, Serendipity? How do they buy it? Is my question. If it happened right away, it's not cool. I get that. If I'm in your chat, yeah. Who's up first? What's on second? If I'm in your chat, someone might not have had it that day. Did they sell it on a? Yeah, if they sold it on another day, then that's completely okay. Now, if they turn around, if somebody buys this on me, and the chat says, "Hey, who wants to buy this from me?" and makes an agreement during the chat, yeah, that's totally wrong. Totally wrong. Agree. So don't start something at $2 if you're upset at something to buy for 20. So my question is, why the person who bought it from the other seller, why would they not buy it from me at that price? Good question. Maybe they weren't paying attention. Okay, I understand the question now. I get it. There were two people in your show. One bought Chicken Little for $50. Bought Chicken Little for $2. They turned around on their show and sold it to somebody else that was in your show for 20. I get it. I understand what you're saying. There's no rhyme or reason to resell it. There's no rhyme or reason to resell it. By the way, oh my gosh, Chicken Little is up to $6, guys. Oh my gosh, Chicken Little. What the heck? He's up to $6. But you can say you had the Chicken Little from Gummy's Talk Show. You never know. Maybe they had your show on and walked away. Yeah, you don't know. You don't know. They didn't bid on it. There's countless reasons. I mean, I bought stuff. I bought stuff from people, and does it have to do with popularity? Sometimes, yeah. It also depends on how many people's in your room and how many people might be interested in that item. You know, having 46 people in my room right now, but only 3 of them might be interested in Chicken Little, right? Only 3 may want Chicken Little. So it all depends on several things. How many people's in your room? How many people get caught up on the instant sale? I've had items come that I thought wasn't going to go crazy, went way high. I don't pay attention to big seller prices. Right. I don't either. Now, there's some items I have that I cannot sell for less than a certain dollar amount. Yes, the vibes. Exactly. Comparison is the thief of joy. Right. Dreaming of Chicken Little tonight. All right. Where was I? I think Kylie said had some questions that I missed. So, Kylie, you want to throw those up there, my friend? It's hard to find a big in the 80s. I don't think this is 80s, though. You ate some Chicken Little, or some little chicken tonight. So, yeah, we're just going to see. Kyle, I thought you said you had some questions I may have missed. If you want to throw those up or not, or if you have questions. 2 years, 6 months, then gave up and just really started selling. Why did you give up? Why did Serendipity? Why did you give up, friend? It's a tough life. Oh yeah, okay. We're gonna co-host Afternoon Tico. And invite the co-host. Welcome, my friend Kylie, Afternoon Tico, to the show. Sound check.
Hello?
How we doing, guys?
I'm stealing the show, y'all. This is my show now. Come to my show tomorrow, and we're gonna sell all sorts of stuff. And yeah, follow me and bookmark me. Forget about this guy. No, I'm just kidding. So hold on. Let me see what I just missed. Oh my God, Dover. Yes, I know this has nothing to do with like anything that we've been talking about, but don't focus on the view count during your shows. Don't do it.
Nope.
Look at me right now. Gummy, have you looked at the views yet?
No, what are they?
They're at like 46, 50. Like, you have a ton of people in the room.
It's good.
But think about this.
It's good.
How many times have you right there, you in the chat, how many times have you sat your phone down because somebody was at your door? Or you had the phone on in the background while you're shipping and you're not paying attention? You know, there are some dead viewers. Like, that really does happen.
Or asleep.
Or you fall asleep. Gumby the other day fell asleep during my show. He fell asleep. I was screaming.
I won an item while I was asleep.
He did. And I did not cancel. Bid responsibly. Irresponsible. He didn't ask me to cancel. So yes, don't look at the view count. It does not matter. I have made $300 in 30 minutes with 4 people in the room. Do not treat your chat like crap just because there's not that many people in there. Because
No.
when I am one of 4 people and the seller's like, look at this pen. I don't have anybody in my room. I guess I'll sell it for $10. No one's
Yeah.
bidding on it. Oh man. Don't do
Yep.
that. I have this pen. Oh my God, there's 50 people in my room right now. Let's start it at $1. There's not really 50 people, there's 4 people. Treat your room like there's always that magic number in your head.
However, don't necessarily do the dollar start with the 4
No,
people
no,
in the room.
no.
Yeah.
But like Gumby said, like his magic number, like when he was first starting out, if he had 15 people in his room, he was like, yes, that's awesome.
Yeah.
For me, it's about 15, 20. That's awesome. That'd be great. So yes, talk to them like they're not really there. The other day, I had my big claw machine show. That was an awesome
Oh,
show.
it was an awesome
I
show.
love that show. Everyone who came had so much fun. I sold like a lot of stuff that day. And I went back and looked at the views, and I had like half as many views as I normally do. But that felt like a bigger show
Not
because
always, Mike. Not always.
not always. Even though I didn't have, oh my gosh, rude. Even though I didn't have 100 people in the room, the chat wasn't going crazy. It was still a great show
Yep.
because
Yep.
I ignored the view count. Ignore it. It's not that it's
Yep.
not accurate, it's just that some of these people might be doing other things. Some of these people might have turned you on just for the background. Awesome, Oscar.
Kevin, thank you, friend.
Yeah, talk to the screen like this is the best advice my brother ever gave me. He said, talk to your viewers like you're talking to your best friend. So I'm going to sell this water bottle to my best friend. I'm not selling this to 30 strangers on the internet.
Right. Right.
Um, ooh, same thing, serendipity. Pretend there are more people in the room
Yep.
because
Keep
when you go
talking.
back,
Keep talking.
if you go back on your past shows, or like for example, I've seen this happen with a lot of news sellers. It's kind of unfortunate, and guys, like you don't know any better, and it's okay because I did this too. I would have a jewelry show when I first started, and it would be dead silent. No one's in my chat talking. I have 0 followers. No one knows who I am, and I would just go silent. And what sucks about that is when I'm silent and I'm in the room and I'm like just waiting for someone to show up, when someone does show up, do you know
You're
how
silent.
awkward that makes people feel?
Right.
Like you walk in, hey, afternoon Antico, thank you for coming to my room. You're the only person in my room. What can I get for you? Let me cater to you perfectly. Don't do that. That makes people so uncomfortable. Yeah, I'm out. I'm not hanging out. You made me
Yep.
like put
Right.
me on the spot, and now I'm anxious and now I'm having a panic attack. So, which by the way, it got really hot in here.
You can.
Yes, you
So
can hide your past shows. But that's the thing. Like in my past shows, if you go to my past shows at the very beginning, I say, hey, everybody, welcome in. You know how many people were in my room at the very beginning? 0.
well, you
One, it
were.
was me, or, so yeah. So what you should do in that instance is pretend you have a crowd. Think about what are people going to be doing. Like if somebody were to come across my profile and say, oh, afternoon antico, I've never watched them before, let me go to their past shows, see what their shows are like to see if I want to follow them. And you go to their
and you're
past
sitting
shows
there like
and they're
this.
just, no one's going to follow you, and then you just out of nowhere, welcome in Deb's Pop and stuff, let me know if I can get you anything.
Right.
Like that's the booth. I'm skipping over that booth. You need to be exciting and have fun. Talk in your show like you talk to yourself. Yes, just sit there and be like, hey guys, I know no one's in my room right now, but if you're in my past shows, you might want to look at this, the first sign of winter. I'm running it for $3, but since no one's in my room, maybe you can message me right now and I'll put it in the marketplace if you're viewing this in my past shows because it didn't sell. So like that kind of thing, like talk to the past. And you can even be funny about it. You can be like, "Hello from the past. Hello, future people." Just do stuff like that. So,
Oh my god.
yeah, Starling Dover's hilarious. So let's get to
Oh,
the question.
I love Dover. I've got a special purchase from Dover.
And if you guys don't know me, my name is Afternoon Antico. That's not my name. That's my business name. My name is Kylie. I talk a lot. That's
Yep,
why we're friends.
that's right. That's right.
So, Gumby at any time interrupt me because
Oh,
I
you're
will get
fine.
on
You're
my
fine. Keep
soapbox.
going. I need
So,
a break. I've been talking for an hour.
okay.
I'm good.
So the first question was, how do you respond? You missed this one earlier.
Dover.
How would you respond to someone who's heckling you in your chat? So, like, if I was in your chat and I said, "Hey, you're talking really slow. Can you talk faster?" Or "Why don't you just run it?
Oh,
Stop talking
that's
about
so
it and run it."
wrong. That's so wrong.
Stop
Because
talking about it and run it. What would you
it's
say?
your show. Because it's your show. They should
Yep,
never say that to begin with, but they do. But they
they do.
do.
I've
So
seen it
what?
happen to good
All right,
friends.
Kylie, would you hurry up and run that?
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I taking up your good, valuable time? I'm sorry. Just so you know, there's about, I don't know, 500 other people on right now that might talk a little faster than me. So if you wanted to go over there, go right ahead. Have a good
Go to
day.
go
Thanks for stopping
go to
in.
Gumby's show.
Yes. Go if you wanted to hear somebody talk faster, why don't you go listen to the radio? I don't know what to tell you, friend. But anyways, let's get back to selling. And you don't have to be a passive aggressive bitch with that like I just was. But or big newsflash, guys, you can ignore it.
Bingo.
Pretend you didn't see it.
That's that's what I
Pretend.
that's what I normally do. Now Kylie, if she's in moderating from me, she catches that stuff. All right, she catches that stuff. I like to give everybody the benefit of the doubt first. Especially now YouTube, I'm on YouTube as well. YouTube people are a little bit different, guys. They're a little bit different. I love you guys on YouTube. Love you guys, but you're a little bit different. And I appreciate it. However, if you say, somebody comes in and makes a snide remark, you know, you your glasses are all cockamamie or whatever, or they're calling out somebody's name, something that you don't like that doesn't sit well with you. Say, hey, that's enough. That's enough, Deb. One more time, and you'll go play Call of Duty or
Yeah,
something.
that's how Gumby says it. He'll say like, first warning, friend. Yeah, your music's too loud. Like, well, see, the music too loud is different
No, they always tell me I
because
talk too loud. You're talking too
because
loud.
yes, like if the music is too loud and you literally can't hear what the chat is saying, go for it. Tell them that. Say, hey, your music's a little loud. I can't hear you. But don't say your music's loud, turn it down. Don't demand things from people. That's rude. That's
Right?
rude. Say it nicely. Say, I can't hear you. The music's kind of loud. Don't
Exactly.
say, turn down your music, you whippersnappers.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
yes, ma'am. Yes,
I
Dover.
always say when someone says if I say it's a joke. If someone comes, if Kylie's in it, is my music too loud? I always say, if your music's too loud, you're too old. That's what I
Yep.
always say. But it's a joke though. It's an icebreaker kind of thing. I never mean anything by that. Yeah, the whippersnappers.
And yes, people who type in the chat, when's the next giveaway?
Oh gosh.
It's when you tip me $5, buddy. Like, what do
There
you
you
want
go.
me to
Right, right.
say? What do you want me to say? I'm not giving stuff away for free. This is my show and I'm in control. I think a lot of people forget that because this is a social media platform. So, streamers and sellers like us, we are very social and we talk to the chat and we're friends with the chat. Like, literally in real life, I'm friends with you guys. But
Bastiques just gifted to the chat. Thank you, Bastiques.
yay! But still, at the same time, guys, yes, we are friends, but don't forget, everyone who is on Whatnot is doing this professionally. It might not
Yep.
look that way sometimes, but this is our business. We have to pay taxes, we have to pay
Oh,
rent.
yes.
Everyone on Whatnot has to pay taxes. Um, yes, read the reseller motto.
Yep.
Um, and just it's okay to ask for offers. Like that's another thing that Stephanie said. It's okay to ask because Gumby accepts offers. I accept offers. Some people don't. But if you're a buyer and you say, "Hey, I see that for $20, will you sell it for 5?"
Nope.
Don't
Nope.
do that. Do not do that. If you say, "Hey, that's 20 bucks, would you take 15?" Don't give them a super low offer because it's awkward and it makes them uncomfortable. It makes everyone uncomfortable. And as a seller, if you're not comfortable with offers, if that's your bottom dollar, you say that.
Yep.
I'm asking $8 for this book. Gumby says, "Will you take 5?" Sorry, friend, $8 is my lowest offer.
Yep.
And that's it. It doesn't have to be a big thing. It doesn't have to be a big thing. Let's
You
see.
know what I do?
Yes, it's
I
supposed to be fun.
sometimes sell at flea markets and stuff. Haven't been a long time since I've done it, but when I did that, when I had chicken little for 20 bucks, and somebody come up and say, "Would you take 5?" They really tried to undercut me. You know what I say?
Yeah.
Now, how about 25? I'd
Yep.
go up.
Counter
I'd go
offer.
up
Yeah. And
because
then
I could do that because I'm not. It's not being recorded on social media. Now, I'm not
right.
going to do that here and whatnot because it's rude. But
And what
you can
Susie
read
said,
people's faces.
Susie said, "I hate when people try to get you to run something at the very beginning before you have more people in because they want to grab it at a good deal." With that,
Understood. Yeah.
if I understand that from a seller's point of view, but you don't want to come off as rude or like, "Oh, I see you're trying to do something there." So if I have a really big item, like a $1 start Fenton vase that's worth 100, and I'm doing that for a special moment in the show, I'll say, "That's going to come a little later, folks. Stick around and see what else we have today." So
Right.
you don't have to do anything they tell you to do. You are in charge of your show. I don't know who needs to hear this, but it's
Right.
your show.
Another thing too, buyers giveaways. You don't have to run them, folks. Now, if you say you're going to run it, you have to run it. I do some from time to time on increments. After 25 sales, I'll run one. After 50 sales, I'll run one, etc. If I don't get that level, I won't run it. Or you could put it in there. You can always have it preloaded and not say anything about it. That does not mean you have to run it. Now, if you say you're going to run it and somebody buys something, you got to run it. If you're saying Chicken Little will be a buyer's giveaway at the end of the show, then you've got to do it. If somebody
And
buys something, you've got to do it.
Serendipity says, "I don't like sellers who ask, 'What do you want me to see?' and sit and not run anything." That is something that I also don't like to watch.
Yep, agreed.
I don't wanna go digging for your stuff. I want you to show me. I'm tired, I've had a long day. I don't wanna scroll through your catalog. I just wanna sit there and you bring me magic. And then other days, I wanna look and I wanna scan with Gumby. I wanna look on Gumby's show and be like, "Ooh, what can I find that he didn't load in his catalog? Let me find something cool." So there's all sorts of types of shows on Whatnot. It may not be your favorite type of show to watch that kind of thing. Yes, and I have that question also, Serendipity, that we'll get to in a second. But that's not oh guys, that's a good one. Okay, so I am big on research. You guys, if you've seen my
Yep.
shows, you
Oh
know that
yeah.
I
Oh
am
yeah.
all about research. I love to research. Sometimes I don't get a chance to research something and I show something and it's incorrect. I say something wrong. So, one example of when I said something wrong, I showed a milk glass piece of glass. It was a hobnail piece, hognail, as Dover says.
Hog
It was
nail.
a hobnail piece. And I was like, "Yeah, guys, I don't really." Oh, yeah, there was another one. I was like, "I don't really know what this is, guys. It's just some like milk glass. I'll run it for like $6. No big deal." Everyone in the chat flipped out. They said, "That's Fenton. That's Fenton. That's Fenton. It's 1971, pre 1970. Oh my God, why are you running it for $8?" They freaked out. Freaked out.
And no
And
one bid
I'm
on it.
like, I'm sorry. Yeah, and Gumby was like, I'ma steal that deal. Heck to the yes. He went and resold it. I don't care. I didn't
However,
know what it
however,
was.
however, since I was
He did.
on a personal
Yeah.
relationship with Kylie, I did offer to cancel
And
because
the
she did
reason
not
why
realize
I
it
said
until
no,
it was running. I did all. She didn't cancel. She said no
the
because
reason
she
why I
made the
said
money off of
no
it.
is because I made a profit on that already. I bought it for like, I don't know, $2. I sold it for 8. I made a profit. If Gumby goes off and sells that same item for 40, that's my fault. I could have gotten 40, but I didn't because I didn't do my research. So on the other hand, somebody messaged I was selling a Fenton vase, right? I know you guys love your damn Fenton and you are so particular. I know it. I
Right,
know
right.
it. But I had a piece that was made by Teleflora in conjunction with Fenton, right? So I'm running this vase and I said it. I said, hey guys, this is a Fenton vase, Fenton for Teleflora. Teleflora made it. Fenton sold them the mold. Isn't that awesome? I was running it for like $10. I wasn't trying to get Fenton money out of it. But somebody in the chat with Fenton in their username said, that's not Fenton. And they said it so rude. I could sense it.
Yeah,
And I was
yeah.
like, well, if you had listened a few seconds ago, it is Fenton. It's just not what you think it is. And I
Right,
had to explain it again. However, if I hadn't looked that up, I might have been a little uncomfortable. I
right.
might have been a little like, oh, it's not Fenton? Wow, I feel so stupid. Don't do that to yourself.
But that
Say,
goes to one of the first things I said too as well. Don't ever call out a seller. Never, no matter what. Don't do
I don't care if someone is selling a Fenton Dasani water. It's none of your
it.
business. It's none of your business. Just don't buy it.
I have a Fenton Chicken Little. He's only got a
Yeah,
$6
like,
pre-bid
just
right now.
don't buy I have a Fenton book. They wrote it, Fenton wrote it. Like, who cares? It's none of your business. If you don't want it, don't buy it. You don't have to heckle them. So if somebody does heckle you about something like that and says, "Oh, that's not glass, that's plastic." Use your brain.
Free,
How do you
free.
know that's glass? How do you know it's glass? Like this water bottle. I'm swearing up and down, this water bottle is glass, guys. It's glass. It's $20 because it's glass. Someone in the chat says, that's not glass. And I'll say, actually, yes, it is, because glass is cold to the touch, and this is cold to the touch. This is cold to the touch. And, if I were to shatter it on the ground right now, it would shatter. So that means it's glass. And if they continue, say, hey, I appreciate the input, but that's what I'm selling right now. So if you're not going to be nice, bye. You don't have to, and just keep ignoring. Oh my God.
Critter.
Critter chop. So just ignore it. If somebody's heckling you, ignore it.
Oh my God.
And this happened to Gumby before. I know. I know. This happened to Gumby before. We were talking about this earlier. Somebody came in his room and he was showing off this very rare Charlie Brown piece. I am the research queen. Proud of it. No shame in my proudness.
No,
And
she's good
I
at it.
looked it up. It was $89 on eBay. I was like, holy moly, he better not ask any less than 75 for that piece. He asked 75 or something like that. And the person goes, I saw that on eBay for $29. And Gumby goes, oh, well, this isn't eBay. I'm asking 75. I'll even do 60 if you want. And they said, no, I can get it on eBay for 29. And he said, okay, well, you know what? Go ahead to eBay and have a good day.
Yeah, I did. I did.
So,
I actually did say that.
so keep it lighthearted. Don't take everything to heart. Every now and then you're going to have a heckler. It doesn't happen often, but when it does, prepare some of those phrases. That's okay. I'll see you later. Or like Gumby says, you want to go play Call of Duty, and he kicks him out. So
Or
just,
Minecraft, whichever one you prefer.
yes, remember, it's your show and you are in control. If someone heckles you and you want to heckle them, don't heckle them. Yes, Jesse, that. She just messaged me. It's fine. She knows. Um,
Catch me outside. How about that?
Yeah, and that's fine also. If I don't know what something is, like you guys can tell me all day. Like if I'm selling if I'm selling like that Fenton piece earlier, I was selling the Fenton and I'm like, I don't know what this is, guys. I'm gonna start it for $6. I don't really care. Everyone in the chat was like, girlfriend, that's Fenton. They were doing that out of love. They
Yep,
were doing
yep.
that because they were like, Kylie, I'm not bidding on that. I'm not going to yes, Gwen.
Yeah, Gwen, he
Um
was. Yeah. It's all right.
like, I'm not going to use this girl, and sometimes if I see somebody asking $2 for a micro mosaic, and I'm like, that's a $60 piece. If I don't know them, swipe mine now. That's
Hey,
their own fault
Marianne.
for not researching. But if
Hey,
I know
Marianne, how
them,
are you?
like if Gumby's running a micro mosaic for $2 and he doesn't know that it's a micro mosaic, I will put in the hidden chat, oh my God, do not run that. Oh my God, oh my God. Just
I,
freak
I,
out.
I think I might know that, though.
What?
But I might not have known it a year ago.
Yes, he does know about micromosaics
Yeah,
now,
I do. I do know.
but yeah,
I
I
read.
remember there was a piece that he pulled out that was I looked it up online because it was really pretty. It was that jewelry piece, and it was in the box. Hidden chat is for mods only. If you're moderated, you can put things in the hidden chat. Also,
See, I just did
that
it.
was something I wanted to say. If you're not a moderator, but you want to tell the seller something without the whole chat seeing it, type the word PayPal.
Yep.
You can't say PayPal
Oh,
on
here it
Whatnot
comes. Here it comes.
anywhere on the app.
Here it comes. Here it
So
comes.
just say, and I know, yes, it does. Yep, sure. Yeah,
That
there they
works
are.
too.
There they are.
Right.
So there's a lot of words that are muted on Whatnot, but PayPal is the PG one that you can say and
Yep.
it will be muted. So if I see Gumby and if I'm not a mod in the Vintage Scavenger show and I see her about to sell some taxidermy, I'm worried because I know that taxidermy is not allowed on Whatnot. So I'll type PayPal, hey, you can't sell taxidermy on Whatnot. And then they'll read that and be like, oh, okay. But I'm not publicly calling them out. I'm doing it privately. So that's a way around it. Or message them. It's another reason.
Right. And that's what I
Um,
said earlier because that happened to me. That happened to me too as well. So yeah, I helped somebody out with that situation I was talking about earlier. But if I'd have thought about it, I'd have probably used the hidden chat. I didn't think about
yep.
that. So yeah.
So another
What?
question you missed was it wasn't really a question, but it was just a topic was sellers that complain about how much their stuff sells for. Yes, the shadows. I see.
Does everyone know where to go online for Whatnot policies and info?
Guys,
Everybody should.
You can just Google
Can I
Whatnot
ask a
policies.
question on something? Whether we can? Yeah, ask. Go ahead, Susie.
I know most of them. I'm not like neither of us work for Whatnot. Neither of us are all-knowing
Nope.
Whatnot
Nope.
gods. So please,
Ideal. Is that only for mods? Paper? No. It's not.
no.
If you want to try it, go right ahead. You type that and type something, and nobody else will see it but the
Nobody's gonna get in
coach and
trouble
the
for
mods.
using that. No, it cannot, Susie.
It cannot
It
be
depends.
sold.
It depends. So we had this discussion not long ago. Whatnot has a rule that they made it a very vague rule for good
It's very
reason.
vague. Yes.
And this is about to get a tiny. I'm trying not to make this political at all, guys. I'm
Yep.
really
Yep.
trying to stay as on the rules as possible. So please don't turn this into a political chat. We all have our own opinions, and that's totally
Yep.
fine. I'm just telling you what Whatnot says. Technically, Dover, no. I'll tell you about it. So Whatnot has a rule that says you cannot sell anything that is deemed offensive or
That's the
potentially
vagueness. That's the
harming.
vagueness right there.
It's vague. So potentially harming to somebody. So, for example, I am from Pennsylvania and I go on someone's stream and someone has a trade card that says Pennsylvanians are stupid. Gumby might not be offended by that because he's not from Pennsylvania, but I am. So I might get offended by that and say, that's not okay. I'm going to report that to Whatnot. And then Whatnot can warn you or they can suspend you for selling something that breeds hate. Dover. With Black Americana, and again, guys, please do not get into a discussion about this here. That's not
Yep.
what this is
Right.
for. I'm just answering the question. Black Americana is in most cases considered offensive and racist. So even though some people, yes, they do. Even though some people are okay with Black Americana, I'm not gonna lie, there are people out there that collect it, and that's okay. Do your thing.
There's
I'm not telling
actually
you my
there's
opinion.
actually a screen name with that name. It comes to my
Yes.
shows.
And that's okay. Do your thing. I'm not here to judge. Personally, I have my own opinion about it, and I'm not going to delve into that today. But I'm not going to sell Black Americana on eBay, on Whatnot, on any other platform because they all say do not sell it. Black Americana is highly exaggerated Black people in usually bad
They're almost like
situations.
caricatures. Caricatures.
Caricatures of
Yep.
Black people, yes. And they were typically made during slave times. And this actually happened at one point in time to a friend of mine. Someone was selling modern reproductions of Black Americana. Someone very obviously and for good reason got upset about it. And they reported them to Whatnot. and they got in trouble because thank you for being here, Patty.
Yes, Patty, appreciate that.
So they got in trouble for that because that hurt somebody's feelings, and that's not okay. So if you
I
want to
had it
sell,
happen to me
yes,
on
one
something
time,
different.
yes, and same with I know. We'll I don't want to get into the morality of it today, but just according to Whatnot, to make it clear,
Yep.
Black Americana is not allowed unless you don't get reported. Like, that's the thing. You could get away with it. That doesn't
Right.
mean it's allowed. If no
Right.
one reports you, you might be able to do it, but I would not take that risk.
And what normally happens to get you reported is somebody says something in the chat and then the chat takes over. That's actually normally showing the item, selling the item, closing it out off the screen, normally would not cause any issues. But if I show Chicken Little and someone down the chat goes, "Oh my gosh, that's Chicken Little. I can't believe you're selling Chicken Little. I'm so offended by Chicken Little." And someone says, "Well, I'm not offended by Chicken Little. Chicken Little was our history. Chicken Little was this. Chicken Little was that." Okay?
Don't get
So
into that.
that's what gets going. I mean, matter of fact, I had a political button that I wasn't even selling it. It happened to be on one of my cubbies. I was scanning, and someone said, "What's that back there?" And I picked it up. I showed it, and I put it back. The next day, and again, this is a political button, guys, a political button that used to be worn. Okay? So it's true history. It's nothing, I'm not going to say offensive, but it's offensive to
It
some
wasn't
people.
reproduced for a negative
It
reason.
was a
It was
legit
from that
piece.
time.
Yeah, a legit piece.
You're okay,
And
Jessa.
somebody was offended, and I got told about it. So it happens.
Yes,
It does.
but the thing with Victorian trade cards, that's another thing, guys. And then, yes, I'll mention very briefly anything with a swastika on it. I don't care if it says I hate Nazis and has a swastika on it. You cannot sell that anywhere on Whatnot. Swastikas of any kind. That includes Buddhist swastikas. And
Yep.
that is
I have
because
one. I have one. I can't show it.
so technically, if you were to sell, like for example, I sell ephemera. I've had many trade cards from the 1800s that have swastikas on them, not in a 45-degree angle. They literally say something peaceful on it, like "Blessed are those who love," like stuff like that. Technically, I don't know if it's technically, I can sell that. However, when Whatnot gets a report about a potentially not allowed item, they automatically remove it. They
Yep.
have to investigate it. So even though if I show a swastika with a Buddhist meaning on my screen, the AI program is going to detect the swastika and throw it in the trash and remove it and give me a warning, maybe even a suspension. I have to, as the seller, petition Whatnot and prove to them that that had nothing to do with Nazism, nothing to do with
It's not worth the
anti-Semitism,
time. It's not worth
and
the
it's
time.
not worth the time. So, the other thing with trade cards, I found this out the other day. There is a rule that you cannot sell anything that makes health claims.
I
That
remember that. Yeah.
includes
Right.
quack medicine trade cards. However, the chances of you getting reported on Whatnot for doing that are very slim.
Yep.
No one in the world that I know of, and I've been in ephemera for a long time, has ever been removed from Whatnot for selling quack trade cards. The reason they say that is pure legality. It's so that nobody can sue Whatnot for allowing Darling Dover to sell something that said, this cream will solve cancer. Like, if Dover sells that, even though it's proven to be from 1880, it's not a modern health claim. They've already gotten rid of it. It's not in the stores anymore. What about Chicken Little?
He's up to $8.
Oh my God. Jesus. But yes, anything that makes a health claim is technically not allowed on Whatnot. However, y'all, your girl don't plan on not selling them. I'm still going to sell my quack medicine trade cards. And I'm going to continue to say, guys, I'm selling you this trade card and it does not mean anything. This is
Right.
from
Right.
forever ago. So it's a thin line, guys. It's a thin
Yes.
line.
Trade cards are big. They are.
You can look at their terms of service and do that yourself. I've never been reported for it. No one else that I know has never been reported for it. No glasses as well. For entertainment only, yes. So it's because they don't want to get sued. They don't want to get sued. Snuff bottles are probably fine as long as there's no more snuff in
Empty.
it.
You gotta be empty, right?
Yeah. So yes, I did sell you glasses. This was before I knew.
I've sold glasses. I sold glasses too.
You're technically
And
not allowed to sell anything with a prescription in it or like reading glasses, nothing that is going to claim health
she's
things
a
because
rule
we don't have,
breaker. She's a rule
I
breaker.
know I am. We don't have the license for that. I don't have a license to do that. I don't have a pharmacy license. Neither do you. You can sell the frames, yes. But guys, the chances of like, I'm not going to tell you to go do it. Thigh Master. Yep, same. Technically, you can't sell those. Like the old school, like the little belts that you like shake and it shakes the fat off, even though it's a historical thing that isn't being used right now, that is going to also could get you in trouble. I'm not telling you to sell stuff that is, please whatnot if you're watching. I'm not telling you to break the rules. I'm just telling you what the
No,
terms of service
right.
says. So another thing, let's get back to the thing. Since we just talked about this, political discussions in the chat, just like I
I,
just
my,
said.
my thought on political discussion in the chat: cut it down, stop it immediately. It's not worth the time. And this is coming from me, guys. Okay, I'm a very conservative person. Okay, I'll say that from the beginning. I'm a very conservative person. However, I believe everybody has the right to their opinion, to their thoughts, and all that kind of stuff. It doesn't matter. I don't care what kind of what walk of life you come from. Connie and I had this discussion today about another subject very similar to this. It doesn't matter to me, what kind of car you drive, what your background is, what color your skin is, where you go to church at, who you vote for. It don't matter. But I don't think that whatnot, or at least in my shows, it's not the place to have political discussions.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. I don't want to lose a friend over getting riled up over who should I vote for. It's not worth it.
We are not here for this. Imagine you're at the Walmart and the cashier starts saying, "Hey, did you hear about Trump?" I don't care if I like him or not. I'm leaving. I don't want to
Gumby.
hear that. I'm
Gumby for
just trying to
president.
get my dang cottage cheese and milk. I don't wanna. And when you come into my show, if you want to start talking, like plenty of people who know me behind the scenes know my religious stance, they know where I stand on certain issues. That's fine. Do any of my customers know that? No. And why
Nope.
is that? Because it doesn't have anything to do with what I'm selling. I'm here to sell dang Star Trek books. I'm not here to talk about policies and politics. Unless I'm literally, what do you mean, Rufus? What do you
She's
mean?
talking about the red hats. The red hats. Yeah, I think you can sell them. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
You can sell political stuff that I know of. You can
Thank you,
sell
Susie.
political stuff. I sell some political ephemera from time to time, like JFK and things like that. Coming soon, Lori. I don't sell like. Oh, thank you, Nanny
Nanny
Poo.
Pooh, welcome. Thank you for the raid, friend.
Thank you, friend.
Thank
Yes,
you.
I sell political buttons. I sell, stuff like that, but I'm not going to get into my opinion of it. I'm sticking straight to the facts. And again, this is your show. If you don't want to sell a red hat, you don't have to sell a
I'm gonna
red
give away
hat.
some pigs. I'm gonna give away
Yay!
some pigs for the raid. Thank you for the raid, friend.
So if you don't want to sell red hats, don't sell red hats. If you want to sell red hats, sell red hats. It's your show. Just know that if you create a political stance in your show, you will both lose and gain people over it. You decide what side of history you want to be on, and the rest is up to you. Susie, I'm fine with it. It's your show. If you want, we are all resellers. Most of us. A lot of us are arts and handmade, and we actually make the things that we sell. Shameless plug. But But a lot of us are just reselling. We go out, we buy something, we sell it again. That's how we do. So the only thing I have with that, if you're going to buy something from Temu, let's say I bought, this is not from Temu. This is my wedding ring. Let's say I buy this from Temu, right? And I tell everyone, this is from K Jewelers. It's worth a lot of
Yeah.
money. Don't
Yep.
lie.
Right.
Don't lie to people. But do whatever you want to do. Don't deceive anybody. And as
Correct.
long as you're
Correct.
not deceiving anybody, have at it.
It
Sell
does.
whatever
It
you
doesn't
want.
matter. It doesn't matter where stuff come from.
And
It
then
doesn't matter
also
where
don't
stuff
do
comes
that in
from.
the chat. Don't say that in the chat also. Don't be like, "Oh, I saw that on Temu," because little did you know, guys, Temu steals from other people. If you go on Temu right now and you type in pins and you see there's a pin on there, where do you think they got that from? Go on Etsy and look up the same pin. They stole that from a small business.
Yep. Yep.
So you might see something on Temu or on Wish.com or on Amazon or something, but that's not where they originated. They did
Right.
not
Right.
invent that.
Getting
Somebody
a
else
giveaway,
did and they
folks.
stole it. Get in the
Getting a
giveaway,
giveaway.
guys. So yes, like if you're gonna sell something from another platform, that's fine. Go for it. But don't deceive people over it. We're
We
not
wild
wild.
here. We wild here.
Don't deceive people over it. And then with political discussions, it's up to the seller. Don't just start a political discussion for absolutely no reason.
Right.
I'm not going to
Exactly.
come into Gumby's room and say, praise Allah. Why? Why would you do
Who?
that? You
What?
don't
What'd you say? What'd you say?
praise Allah. No one's
Oh,
going to
okay.
say it. It's rude, or praise Jesus, or down with
Whatever. Right.
Satan, or don't say
Right.
anything. There's nothing
Right.
to. I'm trying to sell a dang book on winter, guys. What does that have to do with
Yeah.
anything?
I'm selling Chicken Little. Chicken. Now, granted,
Praise Chicken
it's
Little.
completely fine
Do it,
to have
Serendipity.
your own opinions. Completely fine. And that's what makes the world go around. I'm gonna tell
Yes,
you what makes me and Kylie friends right now, in my opinion,
just
is
right
the
now.
fact.
We're enemies any other time.
Yeah. No. I mean, friends is the fact of our differences. We're so freaking different that
Chicken Little.
we get each other, right? Chicken Little.
Jesse texted me and said that's like the 87th time you said Chicken Little, and then she said, "Don't you start saying it too."
Chicken Little.
Little chicken.
Little chicken. He's up to ten
What were we
dollars.
saying?
He's up
What
to
were we,
$10. Oh
what were
my
we
god.
saying? What were you
What's he
saying?
saying? What the
What
heck?
were you saying?
What was I saying? Yeah, I was saying that
The
our
reason why we get
differences,
along.
yeah, our differences make us closer together because we both of us. Well, Chicken Little's up to $10 in pre-bid. Um, we both have our differences, but yet the fact that we truly want to help people. I mean, I'm talking about Kylie. Kylie is the most helpful person you'll ever meet in your life. She is, and I love her for that. And I'm learn. I've always wanted to help people. I'm wanting to do
I
more.
love
I'm
you,
wanting
Lily
to do
Lee.
more. So
She just wanted you to say it again.
what?
That's why she asked who was up to $10.
Chicken Little. And the giveaway has 25 seconds in there. And by the way, it's two pigs. That's what you get. Two pigs.
The
They're
point of
free
what he's
though.
saying is, if you guys like that we have this, like I'm sure you guys are in here and you're like, wow, this is a really positive conversation. Little did you know, we're very different people. I have a different religion than he does. I
Yep.
have different beliefs about such and such and
Yep.
different politics.
Yep.
But winner, who's gonna win?
Winner,
Who's
chicken dinner.
gonna win?
Winner, chicken little dinner. Lori Linda, cha-ching, cha-ching, they're coming your way.
But
Cha-ching.
if you guys like the positivity that we have in here, you can have this too. All you
Yep.
have to do is not be a jerk. If somebody's
Simple.
different than you, the only thing is yes, some people are going to have opinions that are so opposite of what you believe in. Don't talk to them.
Agreed.
Just don't talk to them. But
You're
don't
welcome, Lori.
belittle people. Don't. Don't argue with people. Don't get into freaking political conversations in the chat. Don't yell at them. Don't argue. Just don't. Just walk away. Just scroll away.
Just remember,
Yes,
when you
there is
have
an
a
unfollow
strong
button.
feeling about something, that other person may have just as strong a feeling about the opposite. You're not going to sway them. You're not gonna sway me from my conservative views. So why should I try to push my views onto you? It's not worth my time, not worth my effort. Like my late father used to say, well, I guess we're just going to agree to disagree. And that's what it is. There's
And we
nothing
all
wrong with
have
that.
deal breakers. There's nothing wrong with saying I can't talk to this person because they believe in dog fighting. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of right now that's not awful.
By the way, we don't believe in dog fighting. It's
I am
illegal.
not okay with dog fighting. That's my deal breaker. If you're a
Or
dog fighter, I don't want to be your friend. I'm
you know,
sorry, I just don't.
they do have chicken fights
But
too, don't you? They have chicken fights.
yes, and chicken fights, and I'm not into that. If you abuse animals, I don't like that. That's my deal breaker. If I find out you do that,
Oh my
I'm out of
gosh.
here.
A
Tickle
tickle
fights?
fight.
No, ma'am. I'm out of here. I'm out of here. But that's okay. You're allowed to have deal breakers. What you're not allowed to do is to sit there and say, "Wow, I can't believe you abuse animals. I hate your guts. You're an awful person. Let me send you horrible links to all this stuff." Don't do that. Just walk away or call the cops. But walk away. It's just
Right.
don't do it.
Right.
And then another thing that was a good topic, back to non-political, non-other
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. Moving
Um,
on. Moving on.
what people who resell stuff they bought on Whatnot.
Ooh.
Everybody does it.
Ooh.
Everybody does it. If they don't do it, it's because they've been guilted into believing that it's not okay. And let me
Right.
be the first to tell you, kids, it's okay.
Yep.
Sell whatever the heck you want.
Get over it,
Yes.
kids.
Yes.
Yep.
If I buy, Lord bless me, Chicken Little from Gumby for $20 and I take it to my show and I sell it for $50, you know what Gumby's not going to do? He's not going to message me and say, "Wow, I can't believe you resold that for so much money when I sold it to you for 20." That's his own fault. He started it at 20. I bought it for 20. He's not going to make 50. I made 50. Maybe I have a bigger following. Maybe I
Maybe.
talked about it better. Maybe Gumby went, "Hey, does anybody want this Chicken Little?" Okay, cool. One person bought it. And I
when,
went, "Look at this
when
Chicken
have
Little.
I
Look
done
at it
that?
move.
When,
It does all
when have I
this.
done
Look at
that?
it move." Maybe I was more excited. Maybe I was more energetic. Maybe I have a bigger following. Maybe it was just the crowd that day. Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe I had money issues. Maybe I desperately needed $20 more than I needed 50. And I
Right,
needed
Susan.
$20 now. Yes,
Right.
maybe I needed $20 now and not $50 3 weeks from now. That's how I
Right.
am with some of my eBay stuff. I'll list something on Whatnot because I'm not waiting around for it to sell on eBay. I need it out now. So I'm going to sell it for a lower price, and I'm not going to get mad when someone else sells it for more. I
Exactly.
started it at that price. And don't belittle your chat. If I start something at $1 because I'm like, "Wow, we got a raid. Let me start this at $1." And only one person bids, that's my own fault.
That's
I
it.
started it at $1. That's my fault. Shh,
Dover.
forbidden platform.
Dover. Dover.
Forbidden platform.
You
My
do know
phone
that
says 5%. I have to
sometimes the
migrate.
sometimes
Migrating.
the past shows are now showing the chat on some shows.
Some people, yes.
I got to figure that out. I always remember seller may have sold something for $2 or $10 because they wanted to. It's their choice. That's true. That's
Yes.
true, Dover. It is. I've seen it. I've seen it happen. So
Yep.
so what else we got, guys?
And
Hey,
also, I
let me
wanted to
let me ask
address
this question of the chat.
go ahead.
Did y'all like this? Did you like this? Did you like? I know we do what you hunting, but I think this is what you hunting's good. I'm thinking about maybe we'll talk about maybe doing an
We
alternate
can
or something like that.
alternate.
Yeah, I like that
Alternate.
idea.
What
alternating.
other questions did y'all have now that I'm
Yeah.
here to keep Gumby on track verbally?
I get off on a tangent. Sorry.
Do you guys have anything? If you're a new seller, if you're an old seller, if you're just a
Anything.
buyer,
Yeah. Anything.
ask us. And no, we don't rule Whatnot and we don't own Whatnot. These are
Nope.
just the opinions of two people who have been around a while.
Yep.
You don't have to listen to what we say. Just maybe take it into account next time you're doing something on Whatnot.
Yep. If you get a little bit shipping.
What about
Ooh.
shipping, Lori? That's a big topic.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yes, I
No.
am, Dover. Ask your mom.
Oh Lord, shipping. What do you need to know about shipping? We can go for.
Welcome, Kelko. And also, I know I speak for both of us when I say if you're new to Whatnot, if you're old to Whatnot, if you ever have a question about anything ever, you're not going to bother us by asking us. We are more than willing to help. It brings
Yes,
us joy.
it does. It does. Honestly.
Jesse will be your dad, yes. Oh my God.
Chat's going off the rails, guys. It's going off the rails.
Yes, what about shipping, friend?
Yeah. What's the question on shipping?
There's a lot to know about shipping.
Tipping was a problem. I would think. Whatnot. Whatnot. No. Not tipping. Shipping.
Not tipping, shipping.
Tipping is allowed.
Okay. Serendipity. You did a show with $2, $3, and $5 starts, and you're thinking of doing another show with $5 starts. That was something I wanted to say earlier. Um, a lot of people say, don't start your stuff at $1. And that's because you can't profit at $1. No one can profit at $1.
Uh,
Whatever you start the item at, assume it's going to sell for that.
yep.
So before you hit run, think to yourself, am I going to be hurt if this sells for the price I'm starting it at? If the answer is yes, don't do it. That
Right.
being said, when you're a new seller, you're trying to build a following, you're trying to build loyalty, you're trying to build a community behind your store. So
You're
when I
trying to get to
first
1,000
started,
sales.
yes, so when I first started, I was doing, I don't know, $2 to $5 starts on everything. I
Right.
did
Right.
not run a single item for more than $10 until a few months ago when I hit 2,000 sales or 2,000 followers, and I had a bunch of people that knew me and were bidding, and now I suddenly have bidding wars and everything. Now I'm starting my stuff at higher prices because I can get higher prices. But when you're first starting out, you might want to kind of do a promotional kind of thing where you're like, new seller, $3 starts, $5 starts. That's okay. If you can promote or if you can profit at that price, go for it. But if you can't profit at that price, don't freaking bother.
Right.
Don't do it.
Right.
Um let's see. What not bundling was the
What?
question.
Why not bundling? Unless you create custom shipping profiles, in general, Whatnot is going to put everything into one 12 by 12 by 12 box. Now, you do know that you get, as a seller, you get 5 overages a week. Okay? Uh, Remember, if you go from 15 ounces to 16 ounces, that's an overage. So as you're listing your items, again, back to Chicken Little, if he's close, to a pound, by the time I put a box on him, he's a pound. If he weighs 14 ounces, and I probably can't put him in a bubble wrap mailer because he could get broken, right? So I'm gonna put him in a little 4x6x4 box, which weighs 3.5 ounces. So if he's 14 ounces, I put him in a box, a piece of bubble wrap, a piece of paper, he's over a pound. Do you want to use your uh, freebie, what we call them, or your overage for 1 ounce?
Adjustment.
Or one
Yeah.
adjustment, yeah. Do you want to use it for 1 ounce? I would say no. So always make sure that you weigh your items properly. And we also, on our overage, we get all the way up to 12 by 12 by 24. So remember that as well.
Yes, and also with bundling, for example, I had a show the other day where I did a bunch of plush. Somebody got 25 plush and it wouldn't fit in one box. It could have fit in one box, but it would have been over and I would have had to pay and all this stuff. So I split it into 2 shipments. I clicked unbundle this shipment, I clicked on 5 of the items and shipped the other ones all by themselves. It will use an adjustment. Make sure you have all your adjustments. If you
Hey,
don't
Danny.
have your adjustments and you click unbundle this shipment and you're out of adjustments, it's going to charge you money, but it will prompt you and tell you what it's going to charge you. But you can
Yep.
unbundle things. You can also do custom shipping profiles. For example, I do vinyl. I have boxes that fit 13 by 13 by 1 inch. They fit 4 vinyls each. When I sell vinyl records, I put in custom shipping profile, maximum of 4 items per box. Because if somebody orders 25 vinyls and they can only fit 4 to a box, I have to separate that into so many shipments and I'm out of adjustments. Um, where do y'all
Now
buy
let
your
me let
shipping
me ask you a
supplies?
question on that. All right.
Go ahead.
So you do a custom shipment, and so each of your one vinyls, you go to that 13 by 13 by one.
Mhm.
But each of those you list as a 13 by 13 by 1 box. So
Mhm.
you have 4 different listings, each showing 13 by 13 by 1 custom shipping with up to 4 in it. Is that
Yep.
correct? Okay.
Yep.
I'm just kind of clarifying.
Where do you buy shipping supplies in bulk when you're out of recycled materials? Buying them, I have spent, and I'm not going to give this information up because
Woo.
it took me so freaking long to do it, guys. Just do it yourselves. I love you. I always love to help, but oh my God, the amount of time it took me to figure this out. It's different everywhere. Here
Yep.
in Indianapolis, Granger is the cheapest for packing paper, but Walmart's cheapest for bubble wrap, but Amazon's cheapest for 12 by 12 by 12 boxes, but Granger's
It
cheaper for
depends. It
6 by
depends on
6.
your area.
It
Yeah.
depends. So look into multiple places. Make yourself a spreadsheet. I can send you the blank spreadsheet, but I won't send you the prices because I they're gonna change for
Right.
everywhere.
And they
So,
even change. Like if you go to Amazon, one week it may be this much, the next
yeah.
week it may be twice the price. So be
So
careful when
you
doing
make
hitting
the
that reorder
spreadsheet.
button.
So on my spreadsheet, I have like Amazon bubble wrap, $33, Walmart bubble wrap, $19, Granger bubble wrap, $75. Next week, the Amazon bubble wrap might be 54 and Walmart might be 56. So then I'll get it from Amazon that week. It's hard. If you're looking for free shipping supplies, go to your local Dollar General, Dollar Tree, Family Dollar, random places like that, Spirit Halloween, even. Go to a big box store, say, hey, can I have your boxes when you're done unloading your
Right.
inventory? They might do it.
So Stacy
Um,
asked the question, is it a waste of time changing package dimensions? So you're talking about
no.
after the sale. After the sale, here we go. What now? I sold one Chicken Little. Oh, it's up to $11 now. I sold one Chicken Little for $11. He's gonna go. I'm gonna put him in a 6 by 4 by 4 box with a little bit of bubble wrap and some paper around him, and that's how he's gonna ship. Whatnot is going to put him in a 12 by 12 by 12 box with the same weight. So if I don't change the dimensions and Chicken Little gets lost, and I put in a thing and Whatnot puts in a search for that package or that tracking number, you know what they're looking for? They're looking for a 12 by 12 by 12 box that weighs 7 ounces or 8 ounces, whatever it may be. But if I have a 6 by 4 by 4 box, now they're looking for a small box that weighs 7 ounces, and it may make them easier to find it. There
And
you
by
go.
the
That's
way,
why I
guys,
changed dimensions.
USPS is not stupid.
Nope.
There's literally a barcode on the box that tells them all about your shipment. If I'm a USPS person, which my husband's about to start working there, so he can testify to this, if I scan a box and it says it's 12 by 12 by 12 and weighs 3 pounds, and I weigh it at the post office and it's 12 pounds, 20 by 15 by 30, guess who I'm charging? The customer.
Yep.
That's what happens. I have received packages that say postage due. Deb's Poppin' Stuff has received packages that say postage due. They don't charge the seller because by the time it gets to them, they're not wasting time taking it back to your house. They're going to take it all the way there and do postage due. So you are screwing your customers over if you do not put the right weights and right sizes in. You are absolutely doing that.
Thank you, thank
What
you, Deb, for that. Appreciate that.
what is
So
better, listing in the auction or putting items out and having buyers choose? Um, it depends. I do choice auctions all the time. I do
I don't
catalog shows
I
all the
don't like
time.
them, and I don't like them. So there
Doug
you go.
hates them.
Yeah.
He does scan shows where he scans around the shop, and that works for him. People can call out, how much is that panda on the shelf? How much is that bottle over there? Because he has so much inventory, he doesn't have time to load all that stuff. Oh my God.
Yeah,
I
Mike.
used to do purely curated shows because that's how I like to do it. But now I do scan shows and curated and choice, etc. There's benefits to both. With scan shows, people stay because they want to know what's coming next. They like the potential suspense of, oh, what's he gonna find now? Some people don't like that. Some people prefer to have catalog shows so they know what to expect. There's no better one, just like Deb said.
So heavy shag. Mine are a mix. Normally, I have a bunch of stuff in my catalog, and then if I'm scanning, right? However, when I do that, I always say, guys, remember, anything in the catalog takes precedence. So if I'm scanning the room and someone says, hey, will you run item number 37, Chicken Little? Guess what I'm doing? My scan stops immediately. I go grab Chicken Little. I come back to my desk and we run Chicken Little. Then we'll start scanning again, or unless someone else wants something else out of the catalog. So I like that. Heavy Shag. I like the mix. I do like the mix. And Mike
We could
mentioned, the
literally do
Fazla
a whole
mentioned,
show on shipping.
was that?
We could literally do a whole
Yeah,
show
we
on
could.
shipping.
We could. Uh,
Just don't be
Now,
lazy, guys. Do the right thing.
Mike was talking about USPS packing in his package. All right.
That's literally against the rules, guys.
It's against the law. It's a federal offense, guys.
I know it's tempting because it's like, yay, free bubble wrap. But you know what that says to me as a buyer? That says that seller didn't even try. That
Yep.
seller's not putting in the effort, they're not putting in the money, they're not putting in the resources, they're literally breaking the law.
And
You
I
might
feel
not get in
bad.
trouble for it, but it's
I
not right.
recycle. I recycle shipping
Yes,
stuff, right?
recycling is
So
fine.
I'll get a box, and I don't even feel bad about it. I get a box, and I'll take my and I'll need an ear off a box, right? You know how you have the. I need a piece of cardboard. I need a piece of cardboard this big to put a piece of a postcard or something like that, right? And I've got a USPS box that came to me, and I feel bad about cutting off that piece of cardboard off there because of USPS on there. I don't want people to even think that I'm using new stuff, and it's I don't like doing that because I
Yeah,
don't want
don't
people
be
to think I'm using it. You know?
don't be confused on shipping stuff. If you have any other questions, you can ask me directly. Um, we should do a show on shipping. Oh my God. Rumpus Room asked something good. How do I get past the nerves to have my first show? Just do
Just do
it.
it. Just do it. Be like Mike. Just do it.
Just do it. And another good thing is do your shows as if, thank you, Deb, do your show as if you are talking to your best friend. Pick
Yep.
somebody that you know. Pick me. Pretend it's me. I'm your best friend now. Be yourself. You
Right.
don't have to be yourself. Do a test show. Does everybody know how to do a test show? Anybody in here? If you don't know how to do a test show, there's two different ways to do it.
You got a new best friend now.
If you have an iPhone, there's a special way you can do it. I'm not going to get into that because I don't have an iPhone. If you're a dinosaur Android user like me, um, go to schedule a show. Type in test as the title. At the very bottom, it'll say private show. Toggle that on. Private show on. That means the only people that will yes, the only
Right. Yeah.
people that will be able to join that show are people you send the link to. It won't show up on your profile, it won't show up in search. It's literally hidden to everybody except the link. That unless they have the link. So you can do this by yourself. I do it all the time. I literally just did it a few hours ago when I
Yes.
was setting up
Rehearsal
for
mode.
Whatnot
Rehearsal
Con.
mode is available now too.
When I was setting up for Whatnot Con, I was trying to see how my background would look and where I needed to position certain promotional things in the background. Bye, staff. Let me know if you need
See
more
you,
help.
Steph.
Um, I wanted to see where I should position my like promotional advertising in the background. So I did private show. It was just me. I didn't send the link to anyone. And I put my camera in the tripod and I worked around my promo items to figure out how I can set my show up. And now it looks freaking awesome and I'm excited about it. So I'm not worried about my show. I know my show is going to be great because I took the time to put the effort into it. So you can do a private show with other people. I had a friend who was new to Whatnot and was doing their first high speed train, and they were a little worried. They were like, "Oh, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this." And they were like, "Oh, what am I going to do if something happens during the show? What if I break an item during the show? What if I spill water on my desk during the show?" Have somebody come in, anybody come in, give them the link to your private show and say, "Hey, put in the chat something crazy that's going to happen. I'll figure out how to react to that." Yes. Yes, very true.
Right.
So you can do
Yeah.
a private show so you don't have to wait until you're live to start fixing things. You can do it in a private show. You can have an audience, you can invite your friends. Like, I did the farmhouse show and
Right.
I
Right.
invited like 3 friends to make sure that my Wi-Fi was good, make sure the lighting was good, and all of that so I was prepared and ready. If I did that while I was live, oh my god, I would have thrown up. I would have thrown up.
But we did turn it into a real selling show, did we not?
And we
So
did, and you can sell on
yep.
private shows.
Yes.
It's also a good promotional tool if you get a little bigger or maybe you wanted to have an exclusive sale. You can have, "Hey guys, everyone who follows me on Instagram in the next 2 hours is gonna get an exclusive link to my private sale, and only 10 people are gonna be allowed to go to the private sale." You can make it a thing. So, yes, and Faza, I love you so much, Mike. I love you to death. Your dang notifications, they kill me. Because 'cause I'm sitting there, I'm listening to your show, and you speak very softly, and you're very nice and gentle speaker, and you're just like, "Yes, look at my paperweight. Bing bong!" And it's so loud, and I'm like, "Oh my god, my ears, because I have the volume up high." So maybe turn your notifications off unless, like the Red Rooster, she has to have her notifications on for emergency reasons. That's fine. But just know that some people are going to be like, "Oh my god, it's so loud," and some people will leave.
I like that
Yeah,
idea, Nikki Maple. I like that
yeah.
idea. Do a
Um,
private show just for your top sellers of the year and do a
yeah,
giveaway. That's not a bad idea.
Heavy Shag, that's a good idea. Spend time buying and building your tribe of support. It's
Yep,
very true. Um, Gumby uses multiple devices. I use
I do.
one. We're both successful in
I'm
our own
running
way.
I'm running 3 right now. I'm running 3 right now, and just for a talk show.
And I always only use one, and I'd say we're both pretty successful, so it really is up
Yeah.
to the person. I cannot control multiple things. Nope. I will lose my mind. I'm too squirrely.
What I do is well I've got normally during my shows, my true shows, I have 4 running. I've got this one right here in front of me. That is my main thing. That's my main phone. I can add items to it. I can run items from it. I could scan. It's my camera. Then I have my laptop, which is right here beside me, and this is where I enter in. If I need to enter in something quickly that I don't want to use my phone, I can do that. Then I've got down up there where I've got my YouTube going on, and then I've got another one I use for my music. So, but I really truly am only using 2 of those. It's really
I
using only
used
2 of
to
them.
when I first started. When I first started, I was using my laptop to key in items because I type really fast on the
That's what I
computer.
was doing. Yeah.
And I was using the computer to type in the items and then my phone as a camera. So you can do that. But
Yep.
now for the last year, I haven't opened my computer for Whatnot in a year. I just use it for other things. So I am now comfortable using one device. You might be better off using multiple devices.
Thank you, Heavy
It's up
Shag.
to you. My advice, try it. Try it, see if you like it. If you don't like it, you don't have to do it. It's all different.
And to be honest with you, I don't use the computer much anymore. I know I use my phone now, and I've changed a lot. However, I like the security of it being there, knowing
Just in
that if for
case.
some reason my phone glitches, I can still see I'm live.
Yeah.
So that's what I use it for.
I will say one time my phone died while I was live. It was at 10% and it died because the streaming was taking so much power that it died at 10%. And when your phone dies while you're live, guys, you're still live.
You're still running. You're still
You're
running.
still live. They can't hear you, they can't see you, but your show is open. People can type in the chat, you'll come up in the categories. So it took me 10 minutes to realize my phone's not coming back on. I can't
Right.
get my live going. So I had to quickly go to my computer, type in the chat, sorry, phone died, let's raid. And I raided Gumby with like 3 people.
Yeah, I
So
remember.
yep. So, but yes, there is no right or wrong. Just learn yourself. And Rumpus Room, that's proof. Rumpus Room Collectibles bought from me several items at one of my shows. I had a great show, and I remember Rumpus Room Collectibles. So now that I know that Rumpus Room is a seller, I'm gonna go support them because they
Right. Exactly.
supported me. So that's how
It's all,
you get friends.
exactly.
Easy.
Exactly. And and getting involved in the community. What
Making
I
Maple,
miss.
that's hilarious.
What I miss.
Her phone died while she had a co-host,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
co-host pretended to be her. That's hilarious.
But yeah, it's just it's all about the community, guys. Um, I love going into rooms
Yeah.
and the seller know who I am and say, "Hey, Gumby." I mean, nothing special. I don't know a special treatment, but it's nice to walk, kind of like Cheers. Not to go where everybody knows your name, right?
I bought a bunch of chocolates from Naked Maple, and I can't wait to get them. Everybody go buy things from Naked Maple. I went to her show to buy books, and she started selling me these Russian candies. And I was like, I mean, I didn't come here for this, but I'll stay for this.
Uh, so hang on, Reg. I once fell asleep in a room, woke up hours later. Did they have to keep the room open, or were they able to end the show normally? Felt
No, Rufus,
bad.
just everybody, if they hit end show, as soon as you leave the room, you can't go back. And once
Right.
they hit end show, it's no longer on their profile, it's no longer showing up anywhere. So if you're still in there,
Thank you, Heavy.
that's fine. It doesn't require them to stay on there. Um, yes, I think it's no secret that Whatnot is not the most attentive to its non-top categories. Um,
But you know what?
but
I
guys,
get where you're going.
do
I get where you're
yourself.
going. But you know what? We have this platform. We have this platform. I've been on. We've been on now live for 8:39 over 2 hours.
Woo,
I've sold $7 worth of stuff. Okay, they're not making no money off me, but they're using bandwidth. So if you think about it that way, it's a great platform. You don't have to sell. You don't have to sell Chicken Littles all day long.
right. And my point with that was yes, we aren't their big hitters. We
No, we're
aren't
not.
on Whatnot's homepage. No
Nope.
one's emailing. Whatnot's not sending out a mass email to the masses saying, "Come watch Gummy Man in Afternoon Antigua." It's
No.
fine.
No.
But you
Nope.
see, we have 37 people in the room. We're having a productive chat. Everyone's enjoying themselves. Everything's good. If life gives you lemons, make freaking lemonade.
Yep. Yep.
If life gives you lemons, but not a recipe, learn how to make lemonade on your own. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Whatnot's not gonna babysit all of us, and unless you're bringing in millions of dollars a year, they don't have any reason to.
Nope. Nope.
So, yeah, so if you wanna add vodka to your lemonade, go for it. Whatnot's gonna
Right.
stop not gonna stop you.
I like lemonade with my Coke.
Yeah, so if you don't know how to do something, don't just sit there and say, "Oh my god, Whatnot's not helping me. Whatnot's not doing this. Whatnot's not doing that." I can guarantee you it's on their website. Go find it yourself. Ask
Right.
someone else to help you. Stop complaining about what you don't have and make do with what you do have. Yes.
Be careful of who you ask.
Oh,
Be
Rumpus, we did
careful of
not create this community. This community created us.
right. It does. Yep. Yeah. Make sure you ask the right people because you gonna get if you ask in this chat right now. If I ask a question, there's 39 people. I'll probably get 39 different answers or various answers. Ask somebody you know that has been there that has done that. Even still, and I'm not going to name any names. There's a group on another platform, a talk show group, or a that people, big dogs. I'm talking big dogs out there that don't have a clue or are giving incorrect information about shipping.
Yeah.
I'm like, how in the world? I'm seeing that and going, I'm not commenting. I'm not commenting, but
Like
it's
us,
wrong.
guys, seriously. I know we're very confident in our words, and I don't think we've said any false information today. We didn't do it intentionally, but at the
No,
same
no.
time, go make sure.
Do
Like
your
I
research. Do your
I
research.
hope you trust me. I'm flattered that you trust me, but at the same time, I'm not whatnot. I don't run this company. I don't
Nope.
run any of this. So Gumpy and I might be wrong on accident. Yes, we know. We
Yes.
know. Oh my God. We don't we don't do this intentionally. We don't spread
Come on, Nikki
misinformation
Mabel.
intentionally.
Make it 12. Make it 12.
But
You can do it.
yes, yes, and that is not correct. And some people, let me put it this way. Like earlier we were talking about the music. There are a bunch of sellers who are relatively big sellers who play music in the background. I can tell you right now, that is not allowed. It is very
Nope.
clear in the terms of service. If you do not own it or have permission to play it, you are not allowed to do it. It is copyright infringement. Even if you put a big old sign up in the back that says the music today is brought to you by Taylor Swift, you did not ask Taylor Swift's permission to play that music and get more views for playing it. So
Correct.
that is against the rules. However, just because someone is doing something doesn't mean it's allowed. It
Correct,
means
Susie.
they haven't been caught yet. Do you
Yep.
know how many unsolved murders there are in Florida? Does that mean that
How many people
murder
speed down I-85?
Does that mean murder's okay just because they haven't been caught yet? No. So,
You don't
read
want to
up
be
on the
caught.
rules.
You don't want to be caught.
No. Just a tip. I have a friend in Florida. I know somebody, Big Low Music, look him up. He's awesome. He makes instrumental lo-fi music. And I asked him, I said, "Hey, is it okay if I play your music on my platform? I'll pay you for it. Like, I don't know, like $10 a month." Like he's just a small time singer-songwriter. He said, "No, do it for free." And I was like, "Okay, I'll put your name up in the background and let people know who we're listening to."
What does
Yes, you
that?
do. Um, Yes, you will be penalized. It was $200 per song per play, and there is no limit. You can get charged $40,000 from one show just because you played 6 AC/DC soundtracks. And I'm not
And
kidding.
there's no going back on it. It's a
And
done
there's
deal.
no
You owe it.
warning. There's no warning. It is just flat out slap you in the face with a lawsuit. There's no warning. Who gets the money? The record label.
Record
The
label.
record
Yeah.
label gets the money. So if you want to support local people, which I'm sure you guys do, reach out to a local singer-songwriter, ask them if it's okay to play music on their stream. YouTubers do this all the time. That's how YouTubers are allowed to play music because they send in proof of permission to YouTube. You can send in proof of permission to Whatnot so that if you ever get reported, you're covered.
I
So,
use go to
or
if you
royalty-free
want
music.
music in your shows, go to YouTube and search for royalty free music. It's
Or
out there.
Spotify or, whatever. If you're a gaming person, like if you play video games, a lot of video games have a little disclaimer at the very beginning that says our music is public format. You are allowed to play or reuse this however you'd like. So, yeah,
See,
so like
thank you, Mabel.
Overcooked,
I'm exact
RuneScape.
opposite. I need music in the background.
Yeah, Gumby loses his mind if he doesn't have music. I
Oh,
do both. It depends on how I feel that day. But yes, there's plenty of royalty-free music channels online, or you can ask a local singer-songwriter, support local, or you can just have no music at all. You can literally just have a soundtrack on repeat of your cat going meow in different
meow
tones.
meow
Meow,
meow
meow,
meow
meow,
meow
meow,
meow
meow, meow,
meow
meow,
meow
meow,
meow
meow, meow,
meow.
meow, 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 meow. And do whatever, guys. It doesn't matter. But yes, do not steal someone's music. And just because you're like, oh, well, I saw so and so playing music in their show the other day, that means it's allowed. Maybe do
Nope.
your research a little bit, guys.
Yep.
I
I
don't
I
want you to get banned.
I realized it big time when I started streaming on YouTube. That my very first show I streamed, I had my '80s soundtrack playing in the background. A lot of it was repop, where it was done by different artists, but it was still that song. So I got a ding on YouTube. One of my very first shows going, you have copyrighted music. You can't do this. You can't do that. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I stopped
Instagram
going to
does it
royalty
too.
free. Then I had customers or buyers come in and were complaining that was part of my show. That was part of my vibe. So I had to learn how to do stuff differently. But I had buyers that went away, didn't want to come to my show because I wasn't playing the '80s music anymore. People think all this stuff, but yeah, you're right, guys.
Yeah.
Whatnot is hard work. It is. Any platform is hard work.
He's been planning this show for 2 weeks now.
Yeah,
This
I
isn't
have.
just a real quick, I think I'm gonna get on Whatnot and talk about etiquette.
I mean,
No, very few people do that. Wake up and say, "I'm gonna stream on Whatnot today," and just do it.
research. I mean,
If you
it was
can do
done.
that, holy crap, you're awesome. But let me tell you, most people can't, and that's okay. I can't. I have to prep.
No, I can.
I have to prep.
I've done so many shows. If I come in, I want to do a scan show. I can be ready to do a scan show in moments' notice.
Right.
But I had to prep myself for it, though.
I started in vintage toys and coins, and now I sell antiques and ephemera. So
Right.
yeah, you learn what you love along the way, and that's the fun part.
My inventory is just all over the place. All over the place. Really? Interesting. Interesting.
That's a silly name. But yeah, so does anybody else have any other questions before we get
Yeah.
off here? Because Gumby was gonna do this for an hour and then woo! He was
Oh
like,
my
"Yeah, let's
God.
do 2 hours."
Yep.
Ignore, ignore, ignore.
Yeah, we ignore them. So all right. So hey, we don't have any more questions. Let's do this again. We will. What is the meaning of life?
The
The
meaning of life,
meaning of life.
the meaning of life, in my humble opinion, is just to be happy and make others happy too.
Yep, that's a good one. That's a good one. Having fun. Nothing wrong
Having
with having
fun.
fun. I tell you what.
Having
Let's
fun
see.
and not hurting anyone in the meantime.
I hope. Let's see. Hang on. Let me check something real quick. If somebody is on that I want to go see, I'm hoping they are. Um. mhm.
That's me. Hold on, I'll type in the chat so you know who I am. I said hi.
Yes. There we go. Yep.
Hi.
Hey guys, let's do
I
this.
didn't mean
I
to steamroll your show. Sorry.
got a great friend of mine. We're fixing to go see. All right.
Woo!
So guys, listen here. Listen here. She's selling minis tonight. She she is a Canadian. Oh yeah, I need to run my chicken. Let me run my chicken. Let's do that. Run my chicken real quick.
I'll
Okay,
talk
hang on.
about her while you run the chicken.
Yep.
Run the chicken. So guys, we're going to a Canadian show. Don't freak out. Canadian shipping for miniatures is nothing. Nothing. You buy the first one, bid on the chicken, guys. Bid on Chicken Little. He's for sale. Get that chicken sold so Jesse can sleep tonight.
Lori's in. Lori's in at 11. Let's
I'm gonna have
go.
nightmares about that dang chicken. I had a dream about you last night, Jesse. I have to tell you. It was about Whatnot. It was weird. I gotta
I
tell
did
you
too,
about it.
Jesse. I'm not gonna tell you what it was though.
Oh my god, shush. Shush!
Oh my gosh, look at here. Let's go, Chicken Little. Let's go,
Chicken
Chicken
Little!
Little.
Chicken Little! Chicken Little! First
And
purchase!
Teresa. Now the first purchase. Congratulations. Woo!
Good lord.
Thank you,
Okay, guys,
Chicken
stay.
Little.
Seriously, don't leave. Don't leave. If you leave, we'll cry. If you
Don't
leave, we'll
leave.
cry.
Don't
You
leave.
want to make me
Listen,
cry? Please don't
we're,
cry. Don't make me
we're
cry.
we're going to go see the Red Rooster, who is Chicken Little's daddy. Now, yes, very good show. She's a Canadian seller, guys. Canadian
Oh
seller.
my god, Gumby. I've seen that sell for like $2 on another
Oh my
platform.
gosh. Oh my gosh. Why you sell us so cheap for Gummy? But listen, the Red Rooster's amazing. Get her there and just give her. She's funny. She's funny.
She is hilarious. You don't have to buy anything. If the shipping's too much, it's not a big deal. I get it. We all got bills to pay. But The shipping's not that bad on miniatures. Once you buy one, you'll have plenty of room before you
Yep,
have to pay
yep,
shipping
yep.
again. She ships like a freaking genius, and she's amazing. She's so funny, she's so humble and so kind, and
Can I
I
rate
love
with
her.
you on here? Can I rate with you on
Yeah.
here?
Yes, you
Okay.
can. Yes. Go spam roosters in her chat and tell them you love her.
Let's go spin the
Mwah!
rooster. Love you guys.